no, no, She walked in like a dream I couldn't hold. Still in her aura, fire in her soul. Every little moon is so the wrong down. Like the stars, I'm still circling around. I caught her looking from across the way. Thought my heart would give itself away. I turned too quick, she smiled so soft, like gravity broke and lifting me off. Then she asked me, baby, are you alright? I could barely breathe under those eyes. Inside my head, one thought kept rising up. Maybe I could spend my whole life in your love. I own a lifetime for your love. A million days still won't be enough. You feel unreal like space. I see how every part of you keeps pulling me. And when you held that gaze on me, girl, it felt like destiny. Woke up, I don't want one night, I want all of us. Give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, ooh, oh, like give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, your beauty hit me like a tidal wave off hips, wild eyes, elegant grace. And I was frozen standing in my skin while the future started rushing in. I saw a porch and after in the air, dancing in the kitchen somewhere. Long road, slow kisses, holding hands, building forever instead of plans. Yeah, you lean closer, time disappeared. Every fear inside me vanished there, and all my lonely finally gave up. The second I imagine your love, I want a lifetime for your love. Till your age still want me in love. You feel unreal like a space I can see it. Every part of you keeps pulling me, and when you held that gaze on me, girl, it felt like destiny. Woke up, I don't want one night, I want all of us. Give me a lifetime for your love. Yeah. Give me a lifetime for your love. Baby, you was fate, baby, perfect timing. Baby, heaven opened up right when you found me. And if it's a star, I ain't want it from me. I can see forever now. Every time you touch me, yeah, I want a lifetime for your love. More than a moment, more than love. You're the kind of feeling people dream of. The kind that changes what a man was. Is that when you look deep into me, I swear the whole world lit up. So if you're asking what I'm thinking of, I'm thinking lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, ooh, oh, like give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, no. Give me a lifetime for your love. I'll be ready forever.
Welcome to the show. Everybody is Dee. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into some things. I hope you're ready, cause this is what I do. It's all about different perspectives in here. Where you gon' get the real, no BS in here. We keep it real as we can. You can tell your truth and feel comfortable here. DeeDeesReactions, videos and live things. DeeDeesReactions, she's about to put on a show. These reactions, just to let you know, like share, subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDeesReactions, keep it real, keep it DeeDeesReactions. What you gon' do? DeeDeesReactions, we about to go live. Subscribe, we about to go live. It's DeeDeesReactions.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl, Dee Dee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. Thank y'all so much for joining me live. Listen, as you come into the building, make sure you are hitting the like button. Make sure you hit the like button as you come into the building. That is super, super important, you guys. Also, go ahead, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me good. If the audio is good, make sure you go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if the audio is good. Shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building, everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate you guys so much. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button as you come in. All right. So we're going to hop right into the topics at hand. I don't want to keep y'all too long. I just want to kind of, and happy Friday. Happy Friday. It is Friday. Happy Friday to y'all. I hope y'all are enjoying your day. I hope everybody is good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and hop into the topics at hand, you guys. I want to discuss really briefly this whole Haitian thing. There's still so much chatter and so much talk about Haitians being deported, whose TPS status has ended. A lot of people are crashing out. People are blaming foundational Black Americans. People are all over the place, but I want to just shed a little bit of light on that because that's a really popular topic out in these streets. Haitians, a lot of Haitians are worried about their faith here in this country. A lot of them are worried about if they're going to be deported, if their TPS status can be extended. It has been extended multiple times in the past. But I want to just play a little bit on that. We're going to talk about that briefly. Then I want to move on. There's a lot of folk going around, people blaming this one and getting mad at folks. It's just crazy, but it is what it is. But I want to share the latest on that. But there may be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel because they're saying that the work permits may be extended temporarily, but they're saying only through July 24th. I don't know if that's completely accurate, but that's what they're saying. So that might be a little bit of light for a lot of Haitians in this country. But I want to play a little bit of what they're saying on this. Y'all let me know what y'all think of this whole situation. Chime in the chat, y'all. Check this out.
Well, the departure of an estimated 350,000 Haitian migrants living under temporary protected status in the United States is imminent. The decision from the U.S. Supreme Court, which was made in late June, is leaving some people confused about when the protections will come to an end. News reporter Julian Jackson joins us live now in the studio to clarify what some dates mean for those impacted by the ruling. Julian?
Hey, Lauren. As we know, Springfield is home to at least 12,000 Haitians who are living under TPS. Today, I talked to Jeff Pipoli. He's the lead attorney representing TPS holders across the U.S. He tells me there are some important dates for people to monitor. July 24th is the first date. That is when work permits are set to expire for Haitian TPS holders. That information comes directly from the United States Citizens and Immigration Services website. Pipoli says that is a trustworthy source. He said it's also important to monitor the pending litigation in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit. The government has filed a motion asking the lower court to side with the Supreme Court's ruling to terminate TPS sooner than the law can go into effect. Pipoli tells me the government can make the end of TPS effective 32 days from the ruling, which was made on June 25th. He's encouraging people to only trust verified sources.
Any update that the government puts on its website is a date that I would look at. I would not listen to rumors. I would not listen to what your neighbor said. I wouldn't necessarily trust certain media reports because I think some of them have got it wrong too, understandably, because the information is changing day by day.
Now, as of this moment, all Haitians living under TPS in the United States are here lawfully unless the District Court of Appeals enters an order confirming the Supreme Court's decision to take effect sooner. We have reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for a response to these dates. We're still waiting to hear back.
We are following some breaking news out of Washington, D.C., where the Trump administration just extended work permits for hundreds of thousands of immigrants from Haiti, Syria, and other countries just hours before they were set to expire. 11 Alive's Angelina Salcido joining us live in the newsroom tonight. Angelina, what does this latest development mean here?
Well, this has been a fast-moving story all day. Jennifer, protesters came together at the Georgia State Capitol earlier this evening after a recent Supreme Court decision cleared the way for the Trump administration to move forward with ending temporary protected status, or TPS. But late tonight, USCIS announced that TPS beneficiaries from several countries will keep their status and work authorization for now under a federal court order while legal challenges continue.
Hands up, TPS! Hands up, TPS!
Chants echo throughout the state capitol Friday night.
Hands up, welcome.
as immigrant advocates rally in support of temporary protected status, or TPS, for immigrants.
We're out here protesting the removal of TPS protections for immigrants of the Haitian communities, Syrian communities, all kinds of refugees and immigrant communities that are under attack.
TPS is a humanitarian program that allows eligible people who are already living in the U.S. to temporarily live and work here if their home country is experiencing things like war, natural disasters, or other extraordinary conditions.
Prior to the decision, lower courts could have the ability to stop DHS from ending temporary protected status.
Immigration attorney Jameen Christian says a recent Supreme Court decision gave the Department of Homeland Security the authority to move forward with ending TPS rather than leaving that decision to lower courts.
So now the Supreme Court said, no, that authority is solely vested in the Department of Homeland Security.
But late Friday, USCIS announced TPS beneficiaries from Haiti, Syria, Somalia, Burma, Ethiopia, Yemen, and South Sudan will keep their status and employment authorization for now under a federal court order, while the legal cases continue through the courts.
There are still avenues for people who did have TPS.
And again, the biggest update tonight is that TPS holders from those 7 countries that I mentioned will keep their status and their work authorization for now. While these federal court cases do continue, attorneys say that as this remains an active legal battle, so they are encouraging people to watch for further guidance from USCIS. We're in the newsroom tonight. Angelina Salcido, 11 Alive News.
All right, so there you have it. That's the latest on this whole TPS situation. They're saying that they may extend their work permits, and some are saying through July 24th. But eventually, TPS was temporary, and I know a lot of people don't like that. People don't like when you say, "Hey, it's a temporary status." People have been here for 15 to 20 years on that temporary status. And so, and while they keep kind of looming this whole situation in the air, eventually you're gonna have to get it together. It's eventually going to happen. And I'm not saying this, to hate on Haitians or anything like that. I have no reason to do that, but it's a temporary status, and people have mentioned, hey, it was because of what they had, the storms, where they're saying, that it was for a specific reason where, they had a disaster or whatever and they needed some, refuge, and they came over here and it was on a temporary status. But eventually temporary means that wears out, there's a time limit on it, and they keep extending it. And people just get comfortable and then they make it seem like people are just being attacked. But it has always been a temporary status. It was not forever. And so, it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. Whatever they do, they do. Hopefully these people can, find peace and get it together and live their lives and be healthy and all of that kind of stuff. I already talked about this. I just wanted to bring the update of what's happening. Hopefully they can get it together. There are a lot of people who have already self-deported. There are people who are already deported back to their countries, and they seem to be fine. There have been people who have been posting videos about their lives there. Some of them are posting the aftermath of being, of deporting themselves back to their country and readjusting to their country. And some of them, they don't like it, but it's their country, and so it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. And this is why I find it very interesting when I see videos of people saying, oh, Black Americans, y'all are not doing this. And we can't do anything, baby. We don't make the rules. We don't make the rules. We don't make the rules. We don't make the decisions. That ain't on us. This was a temporary status. It's meant to be temporary. A lot of people have been here for 30 years. And so maybe it's time for it to end, So it is what it is. People aren't hating on you. People ain't jealous and mad or just hating. No, it is what it is. A temporary status. We didn't put the laws into place. We didn't say y'all had to go. We didn't make those rules. So stop blaming it on us. Because I see a lot of content of people putting stuff out there saying, oh my God, Black America, we have nothing to do with none of that. We ain't involved at all. We just living our lives and we giving an opinion. based off of what's out there. We don't make the laws. We don't make the decisions. So I don't know why Black Americans are always the ones being involved in stuff that has nothing to do with us. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Frederick Howard says, oh, okay. It's showing that you celebrate 1 month of membership. Shout out to you, Frederick. Frederick, how are you, Frederick? Thank you so much for being here. Right. We don't have anything to do with your immigration status. It was interesting to me, and y'all know I said this over and over. I said this several times. It was very interesting to me how a lot of people thought that Black Americans were immigrants. They thought that when they voted for Donald Trump, that all the Black Americans were going to be deported. I think they really thought that. That's why they voted, and then turn around and then they're the ones being deported. I don't understand it. For the life of me, I don't get it. How people thought Black Americans were immigrants and that somehow we was going to be pushed out and they're going to be the new Americans or something. I don't know, child. It just was insane to me. Y'all know I don't know a lot. I don't know everything. And I don't boast and try to make it seem like I do. But I think I was just flabbergasted when I heard that these people, Mexicans, Asians, who knows, Haitians, Africans, all of them probably thought that we were immigrants and that we was going to get deported. And I guess they thought they was going to take our place. I don't know if that was what was promised to them. I don't know, child, but it was just, I was dumbfounded. I couldn't believe it that they thought that, but that's a whole nother thing. I already addressed that. I was just like shocked. Like, what? Are you serious? No, it can't be. But yeah, they thought we were immigrants and they were shocked. And now some of them, not everybody, are pissed that it's not affecting us, People feel like when they go through stuff, we supposed to be affected by it, or we supposed to be jumping up and running and chasing and helping and doing all that. No, because when things affect us, most people are quiet. They're silent. All these people aren't gonna come out and rally for us when things are going on with us. So it's just interesting. That's all I'll say. I'm in the Miami area, and all my non-American friends, I tell them to apply for citizenship. Yeah, why not? So that when it comes time to get to step in, it can be done comfortably. I mean, it is what it is. It's no malice or no hatred or nothing. We just have an opinion on what we have an opinion on. And we have a right to have opinions and a say in things. But people somehow don't think that Black Americans should have something to say. We should be quiet and cower down to everybody else because that's the narrative. Oh, just treat us any kind of way. And we just accept it and we can't have an opinion. Everybody else do what they want to do. While depending on us. We got to support and support everybody while they just don't give a damn about us. That's what I see. But it is what it is. Hopefully they can get it together. And I think it would make sense to apply for citizenship so that you don't have to worry about this. Go do it the way that it needs to be done. Make sure you put in whatever the work or time or whatever the paperwork, whatever it is you have to do so that you can become a citizen if you want to be here, and you won't have to be fighting and scratching to survive under a temporary system, And I'll say this and then I'm gonna move on. It's just the idea that, oh my God, they're being mishandled or mistreated is absurd, because this was they know what it was. It's a temporary situation, meaning it's not for you to be here forever, but they out here like they're being mistreated or like this is just something that happened out of the blue. Like, oh my God, they're just throwing them out just for no reason. No, it's it's called TPS. It says it in the name. So you knew that this was not a forever thing. So you would think that you would get your ducks in a row so you won't have to deal with this because they didn't think it was going to happen, because you've been here for 30 years, a lot of them, and you didn't think that it ever was going to come to an end. So hopefully they can figure it out, work it out, and just move on and be happy. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. All right. So I want to move on, you guys. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Make sure you're hitting the like button, y'all. But I want to move on to another video that piqued my interest. And I want to share it with y'all because it just shows you how delusional people are once again, and how mentally disturbed a lot of people are, and they don't even realize it. So the things that they say, they don't realize how stupid they sound, and they don't realize it. But then the outcomes that they're looking for they're not getting it because of who they are and how they move and what they say, and they don't get it. But we'll be the ones to tell them what it really is if they don't know. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this. Listen to this video, you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get into it.
A nigga who provide food and shelter will never be enough because I could get myself food and fucking shelter. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Like, like, men are genuinely, like, it's like, you hold men to a high standard because men are men and they're supposed to do what the men are supposed to do, which is provide. If I could get myself a house and some food, clearly that's not what the fuck you need to be doing. You need to be doing what the fuck I want you to do. So if that means buy me this or buy me that or buy me this, that's what the fuck you need to be doing because that's what the fuck I want. The fuck, I could get myself some damn food. I get myself a damn house. I want stuff. I want stuff, and then all niggas do is complain. Like, what the fuck? Like, what has men come to? Literally. And then it's like, niggas hate women who are independent, but then y'all hate when bitches beg y'all for shit. So what the fuck do y'all want bitches to do? Like, I'm genuinely fucking...
First off, why you consider yourself a bitch? And why are you begging men for stuff if you can provide it for yourself? That's the bigger question. If you can provide certain things for yourself, why would you put yourself in a position to beg another human being for anything? Isn't the point of being able to take care of yourself and to be independent is so you don't have to depend on the man? And you don't need a man for anything? And you certainly wouldn't have to beg him for anything? What's the point of y'all being independent if you still begging a man for stuff? Can't you buy your own stuff? This is stupid. And she looks relatively young. A lot of these young women are delusional. If you can buy your own stuff, why are you begging a man to do it? Doesn't make any sense, y'all. Let's continue.
Confused. Do y'all want bitches to beg y'all for shit? Or do y'all not? Do y'all want a bitch to need y'all or not? I hate I hate cheap ass niggas. Like, I hate that shit, bro. That does not make any sense. What the fuck? Niggas want to do bare minimum. Oh, no. What the fuck? And that fat ass nigga that be sitting in a room thinking he a motherfucking therapist, whoever the fuck his big fat ass is, I'm sick of his ass too. Sometimes he be saying shit to be like, all right. But sometimes it just be like, shut your big fat nasty ass up. No, you slow ass bitch. You're losing the motherfucking plot. The fuck are we talking about? Who even came up with these rules? Men. Men decided what the fuck a man is supposed to do. We're living in a society now where women can vote, women can work jobs, women can do whatever the fuck they want to do without a man. We don't live back in the fucking day no more. That reality of life is over with. The fuck? Women literally can do what they want. Women can buy their own groceries. Women can get jobs. Women can get their own homes. Women don't need men for that. So in this time of life, yes, men have to start moving differently because we're not back in the day no more. The fuck? It's not.
Right. So men do have to start moving differently because women are able to take care of themselves and they boast about it. They don't need a man. They say it all the time. I don't need no man. I don't need a man to provide. I don't need a man to live my life. I can live my life perfectly without a man. So yes, she's right. Men have to move differently. That means you don't need to be catering to a grown, independent boss chick who can take care of herself, baby. These are not these damsels in distress who are out here who can't do anything. No, they're perfectly capable of taking care of themselves. So you don't have to do it, especially for somebody that you just meeting, somebody that you don't know, somebody is not your child and not your wife. So that means, yes, men have to move differently. That's why they are. But a lot of women don't like it. Some of these, it's not all, but a lot of the ones that it applies to who are complaining about it, they're complaining because a man is not paying your bills, but y'all say y'all don't need them. How are you going to stress and say you don't need, in one breath, you don't need a man, women could do this and women could do that, and then turn around and say, well, I need y'all to just buy me stuff. No, buy your own shit. Can't you buy your own shit? Why you need a man to buy it? It's an oxymoron. It doesn't go together. It doesn't work. Make it make sense. Let's continue.
You gotta rewrite the shit. Well, I'm gonna rewrite the shit. I don't know what the fuck y'all bird ass, slow ass, Melanie ass bitches gonna do. The fuck? I love Melanie, so let me stop talking about her. But it's just like, let's be fucking real. Unless you a nothing ass, unless you are a bitch that don't have shit, unless you a bitch that don't got a car, don't got a house, don't got a job, don't got no money, then yes, a man providing a house and food for you is enough. But for a bitch like me, no.
Well, that's why a bee like you will just be taking care of your damn self because you don't need a man. You don't need a man. I don't think they're paying attention to what they're saying. This is why I say modern women in 2026 are cooked. Because I don't think they realize what they're saying. You're saying basically, clearly, I don't need a man. I can take care of myself. But what they don't realize the message that they're sending. You're saying, I don't need a man. I can take care of myself. I got my own job. I got my own car. I got my own business. I got my own house. You got your own everything. And men are saying, oh, okay, well, you don't need me. It's like they're saying, I don't need you, but I want you. And then the men are saying, well, if you don't need me, then I can back away. You don't need me. What's the point? If the man is supposed to be the provider, right? He wants to provide for a wife and a family that needs him, right? He wants to be the breadwinner for his family. He wants, if you have a man who's a provider who wants to do that, he wants to be able to take care of his family. He doesn't want to be with a woman who constantly tells him, I don't need you. That signifies to him, hey, well, you don't need me. I can't trust you. You go up and just leave whenever you feel like it. There's nothing you need me for, so why should I be here? They don't understand how men think and how men operate. You're just talking, and then when you see men moving differently, you pissed and mad. Why they ain't buying me stuff? Because you said you don't need them. You don't need them for nothing. Why? So why should they buy you stuff? I don't understand what part they're missing. If you sit down all day and tell a man, I don't need you, I got my own this. So why would they be, what would incline them to want to go out of their way to give you stuff if you already got it? That don't make them want to come to your aid or come to you. No, you got it. You got it. Now you got it. You don't need me. So, all right, I'm gonna move over here. I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna go another place. I'm gonna go to somewhere where I'm needed. Because you got to think, if the role of the man is to be a provider, that means provide for a family, not just buy you shit. That means provide. Yes, provide a roof over your head, provide the food and clothes and the necessities that you need, the necessities that his family needs, the things that you're supposed to provide for your family. A man is not supposed to just shell out money just because he can and because he has it, and just buying you clothes and bullshit that don't matter. That's not what a provider is supposed to do. A provider is just supposed to buy you stuff. Just buy me stuff, buy like a child. No. He's supposed to provide for his family. Provide the things that his family needs to thrive and grow. Not just buying you stuff just because you want whatever you want. That sounds immature. That sounds like somebody who's going to be broke. If you're following a woman and just buying her stuff just because, just every time whatever she tells you and just because she wanted, you gonna be broke soon. And she gonna be on to the next. That sounds like an immature mindset and somebody who doesn't know what life is about and what a provider is supposed to be doing. A provider is not somebody who just buy you stuff. That's so damn stupid. Sounds like a child. You don't understand what a provider looks like and what he's supposed to be providing. You talking about a roof over your head? Yes, that's what he's supposed to provide. A lot of people are struggling to pay the roof for the roof that's over their head. So yeah, as a man who provides for his family, he provides a shelter over his family's head, provide for his children, provides for his wife, takes care of them, makes sure they have all the necessities that they need to thrive and survive. You're talking about just buy you stuff? That sounds like a fool. That don't make no sense. But anyway, I think that's what we see out here. A lot of young women are just looking for somebody to just give them this, to just buy stuff for them. Just buy whatever they want, whatever the hell I say I want. You just supposed to get, that's what a provider. No, that's not a provider. And I think they're getting it misconstrued. You're looking for somebody just to trick on you, I guess. I mean, that's crazy. A man with responsibilities and with real life responsibilities and standards ain't out here just trying to trick on nobody and using the name, using the idea of a provider that, you're just supposed to be buying whatever the hell they want. That's so stupid. That don't make no goddamn sense. If you out here just tricking and spending your money on whatever, you're going to be broke. You're going to be broke, homeless, and struggling. That's not what a responsible man is supposed to be doing. And that's not what a responsible adult is supposed to be doing as well. You know what I mean? Streets reporter says, I want a Bentley. I don't need one. Right. I wonder if there's a woman out there who will buy me one. Child. That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things you might want, but do you really need it? What's important? Responsible adults take care of the things that they need and the responsibilities in their lives, making sure you have the things that you need to thrive, not wasting your money on BS, on things that don't really matter. That's not what a responsible provider is doing. But they got it all twisted. You thinking a responsible man who's a provider will just buy you whatever you want? Are you crazy? That don't make no sense. JSU Tiger 07, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, provide for me. Translation, fund my lavish lifestyle. Exactly. Yeah, ain't nobody got time for that. Things are getting more expensive, and a lot of these women out here, which some of y'all call birds, are out here looking for a super ultra simp. You looking for, thank you, JSU Tiger. I appreciate you. You're absolutely right. They looking for somebody to fund a lifestyle and pay for the things they can't really pay for, even though they walk around bragging about, oh my God, I can do this. I don't need you for this. I want this. So if you could pay your rent and you can pay for yourself to have a roof over your head and you can have food, that's all you can pay for. Now you want somebody to come in and pay for all the lavish things that you can't afford. You know, you want them to, whatever you say you want, go get me this and that. You just want somebody to just trick and just buy it. I don't know what kind of world they think this is. And they frustrated and mad because they can't find men who are willing to do that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Things are too expensive. Why would you expecting that? But that's a very immature way of thinking. And grown men and grown people with responsibilities understand the difference. Like, that just sounds so stupid to me. You know what I mean? It really sounds very immature. Like, who's out here just buying shit for people? Like, and then, you know, they don't want cheap, they want expensive stuff. This ain't that day in time. I think that day is over. People got real responsibilities. People have mortgages and car notes and bills, medical, and all kinds of things that they got to be responsible for. Who out here just throwing money like that? It's crazy to me. But I thought that video was very comical. For real. I thought it was very funny and it shows a level of immaturity. Like, that ain't when real people got real things that need to be focused on. And maybe here and there you treat yourself to something or whatever, but people are out here struggling, actually. A lot of people out here who are struggling to make ends meet. Some people can't even afford food these days. They're struggling to buy groceries. So you think people just got you and you looking for them. You be struggling to even provide groceries for yourself, but you want somebody to come in and buy you a bunch of dumb stuff that is not needed. Come on, if somebody is able to pay for a roof over your head and provide food for you, you better be grateful for that, because that's the necessities. But they really bought into this idea that, oh, you can get a man to just trick on you and just buy you everything that you want and give you this lifestyle while you just, come on, you just sit back and just keep accepting it and don't do. No, that's stupid. It doesn't make any sense to me. It really doesn't, y'all. It doesn't make any sense. But I just thought, but this is how a lot of women think. A lot of women think this way. And, I just think it's an immature way of thinking. And I just think they're not getting the outcomes. You can say what you want and say what you think and what you feel, but it doesn't mean that people have to acquiesce to you. It doesn't mean people are going to give you what you feel and believe that you should be getting from a man. No, if you can provide for yourself, if you got it, what you need a man for? Y'all don't need him. You don't need a man. You don't need no man. You got it. So men hear you. Men heard you don't need us, and that's why they don't need to give. You got it. You don't need you don't need us.
Someone want a lazy man who's gonna be.
So make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. Let's move on. So I want to move on to this clip because this was on Anton's panel, and they were talking about how, men spend more money when they're in a relationship. And I believe that is true. But I want you to hear this discussion. We're going to go through it. And I don't know what the pushback was, but I mean, we all know that when men are in relationships, men spend more money. A single man will spend way less money than he will in a relationship with a woman. That's That's just facts. Everything goes up when you have a woman. I mean, am I lying? Let me know. Am I lying or am I flying? Is it the truth or am I? Tell me. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Because I mean, from what I gather, when you incorporate a woman into your life, you end up spending more money. That's just what it is. So I don't know what the pushback was in this clip, but we gonna go through it, y'all. I don't know why that was. That should be something that everybody should know. Most men by themselves spend less money. When you get a woman, you end up spending more money because she want. Women need and want all kinds of things. To me, men are simpler in a way where they have what they want and they set on that. Us, we want all type of stuff. So it naturally costs you more when you're dealing with a woman. But let's get into the clip. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat, y'all. Here we go.
Some women want a lazy man who's going to be sitting there with his no furniture and just his folding chair and his PS5 and his TV. That's enough for some men, and that's enough for some women.
I think that's a lot of women, more so than not.
But I don't think that that's what the women are expecting. Men just don't care about stuff like we care. Like, they don't care if there's a rug in front of the couch. That's a woman thing. So it makes sense for them to be minimalist. They don't care about putting their TV on a cardboard box and watching. That doesn't mean they can't afford a TV stand or can't afford to mount it. That just means that they don't care.
A man will sleep on an air mattress and have millions of dollars in their bank account. Like, they're not.
I ain't never seen no $1 million man on no air mattress breathe.
What I'm saying
don't lie like that, girl.
No, what I'm saying is that's just like
they're not the ones sleeping on the air mattress.
They're more of a minimalistic type than we are. Like, we're more. We need this. We need that.
Y'all really gonna let these men convince y'all of this? These men build skyscrapers. They create watches. They create cars. They create all the materialism that us women get to enjoy and benefit off of, but they like less. No, some of them are just broke, and y'all be falling for it.
A lot of them
men would not be creating all of these
care.
materialistic goods. They brag about it. They say we can only enjoy a house because they built it. But these men are minimalist. I think some of them like the path to least resistance because they're procrastinators and they don't want to have to do the extra work.
I don't know men.
And like I said, I believe in natural selection. I think those men are lucky to be here because of modern convenience.
Well, let's do this then. Since men are lazy and they're broke,
I don't know a lot of lazy.
They don't have much. What do women do and what do they have?
We're supposed to be children and reduce ourselves.
No. Answer the question, ma'am. Can you answer the question, ma'am? Can you answer the question? What do women have and what do they do? So if men are lazy,
we have wet holes.
If men are wait. If men are lazy,
and we cook sometimes,
and hold on, wait, because you're a walking, talking contradiction. On one hand, you want to say this about men, but you don't want to say this about women. So you're basically saying women got to be useless outside of making babies.
You just said we have to reduce ourselves. So to me, that's being useless.
No, I didn't say no.
We only are meant to serve y'all and have y'all big-headed children.
This is my problem with you and why you have so many disingenuous conversations
and masculine, undisciplined, and chaotic and unruly.
You're wrong the majority of the time because you got to just be so extreme. And it's really disingenuous.
Just because you don't like what I'm saying, don't necessarily make it wrong.
It has nothing to do with me not liking what you're saying. No, there's no logic behind what you're saying. There's nothing logical about it because you can't say men are lazy that build the society that you benefit from. All that is what you said. So what are women? What are women? If women are not contributing, If women are not contributing in the same manner to society that men are, then you're saying that men are lazy. What are women?
What are you talking about?
Crickets. You know exactly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. This is what you do when you don't want to.
Somebody said men can live off of less, and I'm like, well, if that was the case, why do we have all these material possessions on the planet? Why do we have a bazillion skyscrapers? Why do we have watches, cars? Why do we have all the things that men like? Why? If they're so not materialistic.
They pick and choose what they. Nobody said they weren't materialistic. We said they're minimalist, so they can drive a Lambo up to a house that has an air mattress on the floor. Like, they just
who's
don't care
doing that
about
though? That's not
Nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing that.
I'm just giving you an example. I'm just saying men don't care about the things that we care about. They're not buying plug-ins because they don't care.
Men like comfort. I don't know what men y'all are used to.
They do,
but I know they like luxuries. They like.
I mean, I think there are some men, just like there are some women who like luxury things and they like comfort, but I still think men are more minimalistic than women all day. I think there are some men who have certain things that they like to invest in and certain things that they like, and they gravitate to that. But overall, I think men are way more minimalistic than most women. I'll say that. And I think to the point of the girl at the top right was trying to say is that, yeah, if you've ever, I've seen men who have an apartment and their bachelor pad, it's a couch, a TV, basic stuff. A lot of times they don't have curtains. If they have the blinds, they don't need curtains. The blinds covered, close the window, they can open up. They don't have they don't have all the frilly frill stuff that we like to add. We want to add all, most men don't care about all them damn pillows on the couch. They can have a couch, maybe 2 pillows, that's it. They don't need a whole bunch of cutesy stuff, rugs and fluffy. They'll have something that's comfortable for them. And I think that's okay. And it's not all the time that they can't afford it. They just don't care. They could come into their place, have it simply done. It could be clean, in order. They have what they need. And I think a lot of times what we want and what we need is much different from what men tend to need. Men, from what I've seen, tend to stick to the basics. They have the basics and they're fine with that. They go to work, they come home, they're comfortable. They can cook a lot of times. And they're good. When women come into the fold, we add stuff. We spend more money. We create and get things that you don't really need because we like to feel a certain way. We like to add all this stuff. We like to decorate and make it comfortable for us. We always want to add more. It's not that men can't afford it, and not that they're simpler. This is why when a woman comes into a man's life, he ends up spending more money. Hell, my husband, before he was my husband, said he spent more on toilet tissue when he met me. Why? Because I'm a woman and I use more. Like, come on. We cost more because we want more stuff. A lot of men can live very simply, and that's comfortable to them. We add more and it costs more. It doesn't mean that they're cheap or they're broke or whatever. I just think men are, they want the simpler thing. They don't try to go for too much. They could live in a nice apartment and be fine there for years. When you give it a woman, now she wants a bigger place. She wants to add this. She wants to add that. Yeah. So, I mean, that's just what it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, y'all. Let's continue.
Comforts. They don't like air mattresses.
Minimalism doesn't mean that you don't.
The men who might not have the same type of drive.
Right, I was just giving an extreme example, y'all. I'm not saying the men in America are sleeping on air mattresses. Like, be for real. I'm just saying that men don't care like we care.
Let's not act like men don't buy art. Let's not act like men don't.
Not what I'm saying. I'm saying that y'all don't care about the things that we care about.
It's not true though.
I'd argue that I know men who have way better things than the average woman.
Yeah, it's some people they like just. Interior decorating is just for different people. Different people like different things.
Objective. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. The only men who maybe like college kids, grown men like stuff.
We're not.
I think. Listen, you gotta say that there are some men who like all the extra stuff, and there's some men who don't. That's like some men like boats or art or watches or cars. Certain men like cars. They buy cars. They buy elaborate certain type of cars. Some people like antique cars. Some people like antique watches. There are certain things that people like and they gravitate to, and they could spend a lot of money on it because that's what they like. And in other areas, it could be lacking because they don't care. How many times you see rich people walking around with these raggedy looking shoes on, like just looking like wrinkled shorts and a wrinkled t-shirt, hair all over their head. You know what I'm saying? Older white men walking around looking kind of bummy actually, but be billionaires. But they got a fleet of cars, or they have a whole bunch of boats that they love boats. They spend a lot of money on those. It just depends on what you like, what your focus is more on. Everybody is not the same. Some people want all this stuff and some don't. So I wouldn't generalize, put everybody in that one boat because I've seen it both ways. So it just depends, But most women love stuff. Most women want extra. Most women want all this fluffy, stuff. Most women will shop till they drop. They will constantly buy stuff, and we like a lot of it. That's the thing. And when it comes to makeup and whatever, we buy a lot of that stuff. We don't, I find women will buy a moisturizer, and that moisturizer be good, and then you see another moisturizer, you want that one too. When men, if you find a good moisturizer or you find a good shaving cream, usually, typically, and it may not be everybody, you stick to that same shaving cream. Why you need to change? You got one that you like, it works good for your skin, you stick to that. You use that one till it's up, and then you may get another one. Not us. We'll buy 2 and 3 different kinds and try them all and have so much stuff, and we can't even use it all, and we end up just having a bunch of stuff. That's just how it is, for the most part. So I get what they're saying. Let's continue. But everybody is not the same.
I'm not even talking
Grown
about
men
people
with
trying to
money
survive.
like stuff, and they like have nice stuff because it keeps women
they don't know what they want
and
yet.
it impresses them.
They don't know what they want yet. We don't know what college kids, they don't even know what they like because they haven't even survived long enough to reach a point where they can just get whatever the fuck they want. Like, it's totally different once you reach your apex and you're able to purchase whatever the fuck you want. You're a totally different person. So
that's my point.
Everyone no, but
at what age?
It's not your
do
point.
Men outgrow the
to say that to generalize.
PS5
hold on, wait. To generalize men to say that they're minimalistic to the point where they don't care what's in their household. I just don't think that's true.
I didn't say that.
I don't think that's true.
I
didn't say you did. I'm not.
Oh,
ma'am, calm down. I'm just talking. I'm not talking about what. I'm not going back and forth with you. You gotta chill sometimes, man. Everything ain't targeted to you. Jesus. The problem is, like, you're trying to generalize men as if they don't like nice things too. And I think that's where women go wrong. Like
what I said.
To say that a man will have an expensive car and then he won't care about what the rest of the things in his home, I don't think that's true. Like, I just
what
don't.
I'm saying is y'all don't care about the same stuff that we care about. You're not up in arms about the 32 pillows on the bed. You don't necessarily need monogrammed hand towels. Like, y'all just don't care about the things that we care about. You're absolutely more minimalist than women.
The problem with this conversation is that for a woman to attach herself to a guy, for a woman to attach herself to a guy, it eases her life. For a guy to attach himself to a woman, it literally costs him double or triple. Yeah, it complicates it, and it costs double or triple to have her a part of his life. That's the part that we missing about the conversation. Women say shit like, well, listen, I could do bad by myself, or, I would never go with a man that's 50-50, which is justifiable because that's the nature of women. They want to be taken care of. But the part that we're not talking about is that your life gets easier with me coming into your life. My life gets more difficult. It costs me double, triple. Everything that I do is going to cost me more because I have to take you into consideration.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And I experienced it. I think, and from my own experience, my life got better with my husband. No lies, and no lies at all. It got better. Why? Because he's the provider. He's providing everything. He's taking care of things that I didn't have to take care of. So yeah, my life definitely got better with my husband, and things definitely cost more when I was incorporated into his life. And then when the children came, that it was even more, for sure. This is why women want providers. This is why women want men who make a certain amount of money, because you know that your life is going to be easier with that man. This is why I don't understand why women don't get that men are the prize, because you are looking for a man who's going to make your life easier, who's going to come in and make your life easier. That's what all women are looking for. But then y'all have a discrepancy as to whether, men spend more when a woman comes. Like, I don't know what the conflict is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's continue.
Every flight that I take, it's going to cost double. Every place that I go to, I got to take you into consideration. And so it's not necessarily beneficial outside of something that we manufacture within our minds to say that, well, having a woman in my life is great. Well, it depends on the context. If you're talking about it from the lens of, I got somebody to lay next to in companionship, okay, but what is it going to cost you? You know what I'm saying? And so that's the part that y'all not attaching ourselves to. Guys don't like as much stuff as y'all think that we do in order to make ourselves comfortable. Y'all justify that so y'all can buy more shit with our money. We make our life easier. Y'all make our life.
I was saying this a couple months ago when we had the same exact conversation, and I was saying y'all come into our life and things aren't as peaceful. I literally said that was about 2 months ago. We had a very similar conversation, And I said, women, you don't bring peace into men's lives. And I said, we give y'all the lifestyle. Y'all argue me down about this shit. Y'all argue me down. And I can't remember
the whole logic of it is that
was.
Like the only reason that y'all even able to do the shit that y'all do is because we've civilized the world enough for y'all to be able to exist. You know what I'm saying? So now y'all have the autonomy to do shit because we've made it comfortable for y'all. But the cost of having a woman or having women is more than money. It's stress. It's putting in extra hours. It's a lot. It's a lot more. I'm not saying that it can't be justified depending on what, whether it's worth it or not, but it does. It costs us more and it costs y'all less.
So why are we growing a population of females for marriage and for men if they don't want to take on the responsibility that comes with being with a woman? Like men just want to just sleep with women, but I don't think women should be being. Well, I don't think men should expect women to be good women. I don't think men should expect women to do the domesticated things that men expect because
we don't. That's why we invented
on average they're
dishwashers
saying
and
it's not
Roomba
worth
vacuums. That's why we invented Roomba vacuums and dishwashers and all of that shit. We didn't do that shit for us. I mean, for y'all, we did it for us. Like all of the shit that y'all used to do that was meaningful, that actually helped us in our lives, especially if we had children. We've solved for that.
But men will still find a woman to go push the button on the washing machine or go push the button on the dishwasher.
Not really.
So
not at all.
Or go vacuum the floor or go make sure they emptied out the Roomba. Like,
nah.
I don't understand what she's saying and where she's coming from. What do women expect to do then? It goes back to the question that he asked. What are women doing? If men are the lazy ones and they don't do anything, what are women doing? What do women want to do? Because you're saying on one hand, men created all these things and all these luxuries and all this stuff, but then they're lazy. And then what do women expect to do? It seems like they don't want to do a goddamn thing. I'm just saying, like you don't want to do anything. What you don't want to vacuum, you don't want to clean, you don't want to wash your dish, you don't want to do anything in a household. And then you want the man to do everything, even though you're still saying they're lazy and they don't contribute to nothing, but they created everything. But you come on, something ain't adding up. But what's y'all role? Like, what do you want to do as the? Because it seems like women don't want to do nothing. Y'all, you don't want to cook, clean. You don't want to be in the house. You want to be outside. But you want the man to do the cleaning, the cooking, the providing, pay all the bills. What do you want to do? Sit up? You seem like women are fighting to be the lazy ones. It's a projection. You keep saying men are lazy, even though they created everything. But then when they say, what do you do? There's no answer. So it seems like they really want to be the ones to sit up like a queen and not do anything and just delegate the responsibility and benefit. That's what it sounds like. What are y'all doing? Everything is a diss to the men, but also the expectations are high for him. What part do y'all want to play? We're in a modern society. Ain't no traditional women anymore. But y'all still want men to rise to the occasion. It sounds like the women want to be lazy bums. You want to sit back and do nothing, and you want the men to do everything. And y'all mad because they're not. That's what it sounds like to me. I'm just saying. Let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure you are supporting the channel via super chat, y'all. Make sure all I ask is at least a $5 super chat, you guys, to support the channel, support the stream, y'all. So make sure you're supporting in that way and hit the like button. Let's continue.
Because most of the time,
I think men just need to let women be autonomous.
Think about this, Molly. When y'all not there, it don't even get dirty. To be honest with you,
women feel the same way about men.
Most guys that live alone, they are minimalist. It's cool. You don't have a bunch of shit that you got to do. They chilling. It's less complicated. Every time y'all come in our life, it's like a ×4. And I'm not saying that guys shouldn't be with women, but what I am saying is y'all gonna have to justify your value in a different way. It's almost like AI. Like y'all kind of getting laid off.
So what's the value that women have?
Y'all getting laid off from here.
I don't think women care. They want to travel. They want to go to Jamaica. I don't think women care. And I think the men who
women want to travel and go to Jamaica, but they want the man to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it themselves. That's the thing. They want to do all the traveling. They want to do anything they want to do, but they don't want to pay for it. They don't want to pay for it. They want to get a man to pay for it. That's what they're saying. I need a man. I want to go on trips, and I need I need somebody who's going to be a pro. And they use the term provider because you don't want a provider. You want a man to pay for your lifestyle. That's what they want. If you want to go to Jamaica, ain't nobody stopping you from going. You can go to Jamaica, you can go to Cancun, you can go to the moon if you want. But you got to pay for it, and that's what they don't want, see. And they don't know how to just say, look, I can do it because you brag about you being able to, you're being this independent boss chick, you don't need a man. But when it comes to paying for your trips and all that, you want somebody else to pay for it. You can pay for it is what they say, but they don't want to pay for it. That's the problem. You can go anywhere you want, but you got to pay for it. And they don't want to do that. That's the real gag. Let's continue.
You missing it, baby. Baby, listen. These hoes is broke out here. Most of these women out here are not. Most of these women out here, cool.
The average man is broke.
And men can deal with that. Most of these women out here is they're broke and broke in. They the only ones that's on the internet talking about layoffs. The only person on the internet talking about gas prices. The only person on it. Women are going homeless way more than men are. Women are talking about the fact that they don't have nowhere to go. They're talking about the fact that they got to live van life. That's a woman thing. Men have been adjusting to their circumstances for forever. We adapt. We cool. We'll sleep in our fucking car. We ain't tripping about it. We gonna come back up. Women are fucked. Like we laid y'all off from marriage in a way. Marriage is not a thing that women don't want. It's a thing that men are now starting to take caution of because they saying, "Well, fuck, I do got a Roomba. I do got a dishwasher. I do got this. I do got that. What the fuck I need you for to give me a headache?"
Exactly. And see, that's the part they don't like. Men have realized that it's not as necessary as they once thought women were. Women are not as necessary, and this is messing their heads up, y'all. They can't fathom that. Like, because they've said for years, men need us. Oh, men couldn't do this. Yes, they can. They don't need you. They can. Men are cooking. Men can cook. Men can clean their own houses. They may not. I've seen so many guys with their own apartments, they look nice. They can cook better than the women. They clean, they neat. It's just them. They don't have to worry about nobody else's stuff everywhere. A lot of these women are dirty, trifling. They throw their shit everywhere, and these men are living way better. These men don't need these women, and this is the part they can't wrap their brain around. Men realize I might want you, but I'm better doing it by myself. I don't need you. This is what women don't like. And so this is why they try to shame men. These men are saying, baby, okay, damn, I know how to wash dishes. I can put dishes in the dishwasher. I know how to clean my house. I know how to cook. I know how to do this. I don't really need you. And especially if you're bringing me a lot of drama, and if you're bringing me a lot of disturbances and you're messing up my flow. No, I could do. Men are saying I don't need it. I could do good by myself. I could do good by myself. I don't really, what I need you for. And that's the part that's messing their heads up, because a lot of women thought that, these men would just be obsessed with them and need them. Oh my God, he can't cook. He can't survive by himself. No, they can survive just fine. On the other hand, though, women are mad because they need a man to pay for their stuff. See, that's why I say the chickens are coming home to roost, honey. It's a new day. It's a new age. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. It's a new life. And they don't like it. Let's continue.
So why are they online talking about women all day if they don't care? Like, I don't understand that.
Because
why
we
are
love,
they online worried about what women are doing all day if they don't care?
Because we still love y'all. We just want y'all to do better. And y'all refuse to get better. Y'all doing worse. We love y'all and we want you to do better, but y'all doing worse. What up?
You loud?
What up? What's happening? Yeah, but we just want y'all to do better.
But what does that look like?
What is y'all doing better? Look, is he saying what are y'all doing better look like?
Well, for the average man who needs a woman to do better.
Honestly, part of it is just shutting the fuck up. Another part of it is not being promiscuous. Another part of it is not being for everybody. Another part of it is not sleeping with everybody before we get to you. Like it's a lot of shit. Like women are honestly, they have become real life demons. Like they are Harley Quinns.
But women were doing that all throughout history,
and it worked.
Yeah,
and now we're here. So where did men go wrong? How did we get here?
That's a great question. No. That's a great question. Nope. That's not it, Slimmy. Where we went wrong is we allowed for y'all to choose for yourself.
Ooh,
that's where we fucked up. We allowed for y'all to choose for yourself. Real talk. That's where we were wrong.
I think that was inevitable, though. think that was inevitable. That was the evolution of
How can we be
life.
adults then? If we can't choose for ourselves, a part of being an adult is being able to
But
choose.
I said it in the last segment. I said it's like having little children. It's like babysitting.
Ooh, baby, listen, I think this was a good discussion. This was one of the better discussions, y'all. Shout out to Anton and them. Look, I think he has a point there. I will have to say on this one, I agree with Anton because it's true. When women, got their autonomy and they started choosing for themselves, everything shot to hell. Everything went to hell. When you they became more promiscuous, start choosing the wrong situations and ending up in the situations that they're in now. And it just got worse. You want to be able to have the right, as a grown person, I will say you should be able to, you have the right to choose and do what you want to do. But I think they've taken it to a new level. I think a lot of women have taken it to a new level. Now you can't tell them nothing. I do what I want to do. And then you keep messing up and then you complaining about your own choices. That's the funny part about it. You're able to make whatever choice you want to make in life. You're able to do whatever you want to do in life, but you're making the choices. And then the consequences of your choices you're complaining about because it's not what you thought. So you're making mistakes and then you're dealing with the consequences and you're still trying to blame somebody else, but except yourself. You can't put the blame on somebody else when you have been able to make your own decisions. Just like we say, a lot of women don't choose the right men. You choose a man because he's tall, dark, and handsome. You choose a man because he's fine. You sleep with him, you end up with a baby, and he don't want nothing to do with you or the baby. Now it's all his fault, and you have nothing to do with the choice that you made. That's the part I be trying to get people to see. Look, it's not about that person is free of any wrongdoing. No, it takes two. But oftentimes, a lot of women, when they speak, they're talking about they're blaming a man, and they exclude themselves. No, you made the choices. Your body is your choice. You chose to go with somebody that you barely knew, have a good time, get raw dogged, and then get a baby, and then you mad saying, oh, they're deadbeats, these men are something else. No, you didn't have any standards. You don't have any standards. In the name of empowerment in 2026, you're out here just willy-nilly raw dog and in the name getting gang banged and threesomes and getting ran through and trains and all this kind of stuff, and you feel good about this. Woman literally spoke out in public and said she felt empowered to have a train ran on her. But if she was to get pregnant from that train, she don't know who the daddy is and she could care less. But then when she got to raise that child by herself, she's going to be like, oh, these men ain't shit. Really? Really? This is the type of stuff that's happening, and there's no pushback. Nobody says anything. They just say, oh, well, because it's a woman, or women can do what they want, and then y'all don't want to deal with the consequences of your own choices. But a man, he makes a bad choice. He do something wrong. Oh, my God. Throw him to hell. He's so wrong. He's so dirty. Oh, my God. He should have known better. But women get a pass. That's the problem. And this is why they're in the situations that they're in now. Jeffrey Massey, 5541. Thank you for the super chat. Says, is it Pierre character turning around, waving his hand, saying, hey, you, while lowering his glasses? Thank you, Jeffrey Massey. I appreciate you for that. And for the super chat, I appreciate you. What's going on, Gerald Hood? Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to everybody in the building. Yeah, these chicks are finished, y'all. It doesn't make any sense, y'all. What's going on, peeping? What is it? Peeping Tom. What's going on? How are you? Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, y'all. And it's the delusional aspect of it that just has me mind boggled. That's the thing. I'm like, boy, and you can't tell them. It's like they're stuck on stupid. It's really like stuck on delusional, stuck on foolishness. Like you don't even realize what you're saying and what you're doing. You don't put the two together. On one hand, you're women, you're independent, y'all do what y'all want. And then when you're left to, with your responsibility to do what you want, then when you do what you want, you still looking for somebody to blame because of your poor choices. You made your decision. There's nobody. That's what I'm saying. We're living in a matriarchy. Even though they want to say a patriarch, women call the shots. Women are making their decisions. They're telling you every day. They're not following a man. You're not listening to a man. You're doing what you want to do, and you're doing what you want to do, but you're not getting the outcomes that you thought you would get, because you never thought about the outcomes or the consequences. You're out here just going by the seat of your pants, doing whatever you feel is right. And then when you end up in a predicament that doesn't feel good, now you're looking around like, who do I blame? Who do I blame? But you don't ever want to put the mirror on you, when that's who you should put it on. You know? And that's why they're stuck. And then you're trying to force something from men that you just ain't gonna get, because men have nothing to do with y'all choices. Y'all making the choices. No man don't run you. No man don't control you. No man don't tell you nothing, because y'all made it very clear that ain't no man gonna tell me what I make my own money. I do what the hell out. So you go ahead. Men are backing away. Men are saying, okay, listen, we ain't trying to force the narrative. Do what you want, but don't look around and look for our support, or look for when the shit hit the fan. Basically, don't look around for us to come and clean up your mess. You made a big mess. Now you gotta stand in it, and you gotta fix it. This is why that whole narrative, oh, the black men need to come and fix the community. No, the black men are removed from the community because y'all didn't want them. Y'all chose the government, and you chose what they were, the government, and you chose the bear. You didn't want us. You didn't want the black men. Then you said, oh no, we don't want y'all. We choose the bear. We choose the government. We don't need you. So black men have removed themselves. They're not involved anymore. So you can't keep blaming them. Even if you want to go back and say, oh yeah, the men walked away and had a whole nother family, and okay, maybe in some cases. But now y'all are totally independent. You've said it. Y'all men are moving away. You can't keep blaming men. Whatever outcomes you get with your kids and all that, it's on you. You can't keep blaming the men. And this is how this is all unfolding. It's unfortunate, but this is how it's unfolding. If y'all done pushed the men away, and people talk about, oh, the men walked away from the household. Well, now the men ain't even looking at y'all. They're not even trying to approach you. They're not even looking your way. They're not even trying to be in relationships with you for the most part. So if they're not in relationships with you, you can't blame them for walking away. If they're not creating children, this is all unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's a part of reality. If they're not making kids with you, if they're not in relationships in the households with you, you can't blame them for nothing. You're going to have to blame yourself for whatever happens from this point on. However your life turn out, whatever situations you get yourself in, that's on you. But they don't even want to accept that. They don't want to accept that. You're still out here trying to blame men for things for stuff they don't have nothing to do with. Y'all call the shots. You make the decisions. You still out here claiming you want a man to be a leader. These men like, man, I'm tired. Y'all gotta think about it. The stuff that y'all put men through. That men should be tired. Men are tired of trying to navigate this uncertainty when it comes to these damn modern women. Y'all don't know what y'all want. Y'all switch up. Your feelings go from left to right, up to down, and back in circles. And if I was a man, I would be tired too. I couldn't deal with it. The uncertainty of women. Y'all are masculine, educated, independent. You don't need them, but I want you. Then you want them to do everything. Like, it don't make no sense. I don't understand it. Even I'm a woman and I don't understand it. I don't understand how y'all are so independent. You don't need a man. But then when you get a man, you want to come in and pay all your bills and take care of your children, your lifestyle. Like, y'all are batshit crazy. Like, who in their right mind would be dealing with this? This would be too much. I wouldn't want my sons to be stressed out dealing with women like that. Y'all don't know what y'all want. You don't, and you're not willing to offer anything. It is not even, look, I hear a lot of men saying the juice ain't even worth the squeeze. They'd rather go play video games and jerk off. I'm just saying. To deal with an aggressive, mouthy, independent woman who always got a problem and then want you to bring the most to the table. It's crazy. I think women are doing a disservice to themselves with this mindset. This is not helpful at all. I'm just saying. And we see nothing. We see this happening all over the place, right? All over the place. This is why I say women are delusional. And it's not every woman, but the women who get it are typically already married and already in relationships. The women who are left out here trying to pick up the pieces are the ones who still don't get it. And it's unfortunate, but it's a reality. Problem. It's a reality that we're facing right now. And we're watching it unfold in present time, but they're still out here complaining like, well, the good men either married or they living their best life. They don't have time to deal with you crazy, batshit crazy women out here. who have built up this narrative in your own mind that, oh, man should have to pay all the bills. I ain't going no 50-50. I ain't no roommate. Well, you know what? You just going to pay it all 100-100. That's it. Let's move on. I want to move on to this clip, this next clip. Shout out to This Might Be Risky podcast. Shout out to DJ Hamp. They, were having this discussion on this particular panel where they were talking about how women are delusional and they don't live in reality. So I wanted to play this one because I think it pointed to a lot of great, it had a lot of great points in it of how women are, and I thought it was interesting to share. So let me know what y'all think in the chat, y'all. Make sure you're hitting the like button. Make sure you are supporting via Super Chat or Cash App, all right, to support the channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
My problem is the fact that women don't live in reality. So say like this, you made a good statement. Men will stick they in anything, right? But the women get delusional when men do this kind of shit. And I'm gonna give you an example. Women live in a delusional factor by thirsty ass niggas. So the example I'm gonna use is this. Just say Moneybag Yo, I'll use him. He come to town, he wants some pussy, he see a little chick that's an average thing, but he is convenient. He took the shot, he gave us whatever, right? In her mind, now all she thinks she qualifies for is motherfucking Moneybag Yos. See what I'm saying? So men don't live, we don't live like this. So say if I went outside and I found J-Lo, I cracked J-Lo for the night. I'm not gonna think all I need is all I'm gonna deserve is J-Lo's. I'm gonna just say I got lucky that night. That's it. You see what I'm saying? It's not gonna big my head up to say, oh, y'all be beneath me because I hit J-Lo. We don't do that shit.
Yeah, I mean, and that was a good point too, because we see that all the time where women, they have a celebrity or somebody DM them, or they have an experience with a man who's a celebrity or something, and maybe he took them out and he paid for everything and he showed them, took them on a boat or whatever. Now they feel like this is the norm. This is what other men have to do, or you're doing the bare minimum. This is why these women talk like this. They really think that if they had an experience with one person and it was something they've never experienced, now this is the standard for every man. This is why you have women out here saying, "Oh my God, if $10,000 or $20,000 is a lot to you, then I can't date you." There are literally women out here who say that if $10,000 or $20,000 is a lot of money to you, they can't date you. That you need to be, she want $1 million a day or something like that. I'm like, baby, I don't know where we're living in an alternate universe. These women aren't real. They can't be. Jeffrey Massey, thank you once again for the super chat. I hope I'm reading this right. Peer character doing a Shaka sign with his hand saying cool. I hope I'm reading that right. Thank you so once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. Let's continue.
But women do. And this is where the delusion come in at. Like real talk. They think once they get a nigga that got a bag, everybody up under him is beneath them.
Is that true? Ladies?
I agree.
It is.
No, I agree. I don't got no argument. I don't got no argument with that. I don't think that women know the difference between a man that want to experience them and actually a man that wants them. So I definitely agree. Like, yeah, niggas want to experience you, but all these niggas don't want you. You don't have as many options as you think you have, for sure.
You said they don't know the difference, or they do know the difference?
No, they don't know the difference. A lot of women think that because they have options, they have a lot of niggas in a DM or niggas shoot they shot at them daily, whether it's in person or on social media. They think that I have all these niggas that want me. No, they want to experience you. So yeah, a lot of women don't know the difference, and that's how a lot of bitches get tricked, for sure.
So that's the thing, right? I hate this trick, dupe, bamboozle trope. I think women know exactly what it is, but they play coy.
Yeah, they lie to themselves for the man that they like. A man, and sometimes men lie like OG
Sometimes
was saying.
I'm about to time you out. This sometimes shit. Come on, beloved.
I'm sorry for saying sometimes. Okay, so majority of women lie to themselves for the man that they like, right? Like OG Mall was saying, he said that, oh, shit, I forgot what I was finna say. Fuck, I
Well,
forgot what I was finna
I'll
All
say.
add to
praises.
that because I think we be lying to ourselves because it's like you you want something, right? You can see that this man, and he'll even tell you some, a lot of times, most of the time, you'll know what it is, but still go down this path like, oh, I can change him. I'm delusional enough to think that he's going to change for me. That's
Yeah.
a delusion.
Women do it, you know what I think it is? I think it's the dopamine in y'all that drives y'all crazy because I made a reel about this shit that went viral. When I talked about how a woman will walk in a club with a man that the whole club.
Yeah.
She'll hold her head high because he wifed her. She'll look at them like y'all got I got wifed. I got the ring. Don't move like that. If the whole club fuck my girl, I feel sour. That shit over with. I'm getting up out of there. That shit is wrong.
I thought that was funny. Right, but he's right. Yeah, if no man ain't walking around in the whole club and screwed your woman, you ain't walking around proud with her. But yeah, that's the difference between women and men. And I just think a lot of women are delusional, and I think women do know what they're doing. I think they know, but they do think they could change. They go for the guys that they are attracted to, and they see what I would call the red flags, but you ignore them because you think that you could change him. You think, oh, you're somehow, the exception, that, oh, he's gonna be different with you, or you're gonna treat him so well that he's gonna do something different with you. No, who he is, who he is. If he's a womanizer, a cheater, or whatever he's doing, he's gonna keep doing it. You can't change him. He can only change himself. You can only change yourself. Nobody else is going to change you. You have to want to change in order to make changes. And so, yeah, I think a lot of women know this is where a lot of women mess up. They put themselves in these predicaments, and then they cry wolf and want sympathy, and they want people to feel sorry for them. But no, you put yourself in the situation. You knew what was going on. You knew this man had a lot of women when you met him. You know the type of guy that he was. You knew that he that he he had all these women, but you still chose to be with him and give him your time, give him your love, and pour into him and do all these things. And then when the relationship don't work out, he go and get somebody else pregnant or get with another woman. Now you crying on social media saying men ain't shit, and you just putting all men in it. But no, it's the ones that you choose. The guy who would treat you right, you look past him. Because he may not be 6 feet tall, or he may not have the aesthetics that you like in a man. So you go for the guy that you like, and you keep getting messed over each time, and then you just blame it all men for that. That's something women have to learn from. You can't keep doing the same old thing and think you're going to get a different result. No, and it's just a dilemma that they have, but they're not taking any accountability for their own actions. They're constantly just blaming others. This is why I say it's delusional, and nothing's going to change until they change. Until women realize and recognize where they're going wrong and start making a difference, it's going to be what it is, and they're going to be by themselves, and they're going to constantly complain about the state of dating and that the dating pool got pee and poop in it. But y'all are part of that. Y'all don't realize that y'all are a part of what's in the dating pool market. Because y'all expectations for men is just through the roof. It's unrealistic. And men realize it, so men are like removing themselves. So if there's no men for you to date, which y'all don't have no other choice. You're not single by choice. You're single because you have no other choices. You don't have a choice. If the men are backing away and not approaching, not dating, we see how these women are complaining about men not showing up for the dating events. Men are not putting themselves out there. Men are living their lives and going to work and being at peace. They don't want to deal with y'all because y'all done already told them what y'all are about. And then until y'all show something different, until you show a different type of woman, a woman who really is serious about men and relationships and showing that y'all are not this independent boss chick stuff, these men don't want no parts of it. And that's y'all gonna be single until that. And if you don't want to do that, oh well, enjoy your single. Y'all say y'all happy by yourselves. Y'all say you don't need a man, so y'all should be thrilled. You should be happy. But a lot of y'all are not. You're not thrilled about being by yourself. You're confused. Now, I want to move on to this, y'all. I want to briefly talk about this because this kind of ties into why a lot of men are moving the way they're moving, why so many men are skeptical about dating, marriage, and all this because of this type of stuff. Now this is Tyreek Hill, of course, you know, Tyreek Hill, wife is filing for divorce, right? Only after 17 months of marriage. So only after 17 months of marriage, his wife filed for divorce, but they're saying she'll be paid up to $50,000 per month, if I'm not mistaken, child. And she'll come away with about $6 million, right? Now, they were only married for 17 months. She's claiming that there was a domestic dispute, and which they always claim that. We just seen that in that other case. They always claim a domestic dispute to make them leaving a legitimate matter, to make it seem like, oh my God, he was abusing me, so I have to leave, and I need to take, you know, this money with me because, you know, I'm in fear for my life or whatever. So only after 17 months of marriage, this woman is filing for divorce, claiming domestic violence. And this man is going to have to pay her a total of $6 million and pay her $50K a month. So she hit the jackpot. She got what she came for. And if you look at the women, it's always the same type of women that these men go after. I'm just saying, it's an aesthetic. They go after these types of women that they are attracted to, thinking that these women are going to be loyal and that this is going to be a great situation, when all the while, these women were only in it for the money. A lot of these women don't be attracted to these guys. They don't be wanting these guys. They know that they can get in and get what they want because, what's her name said it a long time ago. What's her name? What is her name? The girl who turned Muslim and then went back. She did that for clout, and then she back in the streets. I forget her name. Who said sitting in her car that athletes are stupid? She said that you could just sleep with them, get a baby on them, and get money out of them. Now, while I don't like calling people stupid flat out, but there is something to it, because why do these men, you keep falling for these women? These women trick y'all, get y'all in a trick bag, tell you what you want to hear. You'll jump and marry them, and then now look what happens. Now you're out of money, you're out of a woman, and she was playing you the whole time. This is why I say you gotta be smarter. Like, come on, this is why I say a cute face. She's a cute girl, from what I could see. But these women are out to finesse these men. Women are looking to get a bag out of these. These women don't be attracted to these guys. They're attracted to your money. And they will sit there and play the long game to get what they want out of you. And then the moment they get an opportunity, they're going to claim you beat him up. He's denying all of this. He probably ain't never put his hands on this lady. But that's an easy target. That's an easy way to get money out of you and walk away. She just had to put in a little bit of time and then claim, domestic dispute. He said it's not true. He's denying it all, which they do. And a lot of times there's never any proof. But that's a way to get out of the situation and take his money with you, because you know you couldn't make that kind of money. She couldn't make $50K a month and then end up with $6 million. Like, what? That's a quick payday for these women. And they know that these men are easy targets, and they use that as their opportunity. And I just, men, that's why I say, listen, men, Drea Michelle, thank you, Nighttime. Yeah, she said it. Drea, yeah, was that Drea? No, it was the other girl. What is her name? Who was fooling with that rapper? What is her name? Brittany Renner. Yes, Morgan. Brittany Renner. Brittany Renner is the one who said it. Brittany Renner said these athletes are dumb. You just sleep with them, get a baby, and boom, some money. And so this is why a lot of men are skeptical about taking these women seriously. We done seen situations where these women go in the trash, and even if the man is wearing protection, they trying to go get the sperm out the trash, out the condom, and put it in them to get. That's how desperate they are. And if women are looking to go through that drastic measures to do that, what do you think they do? What do you think they're doing? They're out here to get a bag, to get a big lick. They trying to get paid. They don't really want these guys. They're not even, a lot of them don't even be attracted to these guys. They don't be thinking these men are handsome or nothing. They be there, look, let me go and try one of them. Let me see who gonna bite. If I know I look good, he gonna like me. And he probably ain't never had a woman look as good as me. So now he's enamored. Oh my God, I got a baddie. And he willing to, they jump and marry him and they convince him to marry him. And then they just set you up for failure. It's a common theme. And these women are doing that. And I just think, some of these athletes got to get a little bit smarter to realize, you can't trust these women. These women are out here to finesse you. That's it. And so this is another one of those situations. And this is unfortunate. Now he got to piece his life back together. Now what you going to do? Now you got to pay her $50,000 a month and also pay a huge payout of $6 million to this woman who's walking away from you. And y'all only been married for 17 months. She didn't even put enough time in and claiming, you knocked her head in between the washer and the dryer to justify her leaving. So women can feel sorry for her and say, oh my God, he put his hands on her. She should leave. And they don't even know the situation. No proof, no evidence, no nothing. She just a word of mouth. And he gonna be looking stupid like, damn, I didn't think this would happen. It's insanity, y'all. But this is the kind of stuff that's why I say you have to be careful out here in these streets. These women ain't loyal. A lot of times they don't mean you no good. They're not in it for the right reasons. If you have a lot of money, you are a walking target. These women are looking for somebody to finesse and take advantage of. And that's it. That's it. And then when they get what they want out of you, they move on now and they leave you to pick up the pieces. You got to pick up the pieces. You got to figure out how your life gonna go after this. You gotta figure it out. These women don't be in it for no love and for no real relationships and stuff. They be in it to get what they want. And once they get what they want, they out. Bottom line. This is why I say, listen, the true test, in my opinion, just my opinion, is to be with a woman when you have nothing. Be with a woman that's going to be there for you and love you when you have nothing. And then, if she stick through you through the thick and thin and she's there because she really cares about you, then when you attain whatever you attain, then you give her the world, because that's somebody that truly is there for you. She's not there for just what you got. She's there. This is why getting a man at the finish line is dangerous. A man who's worked hard to build himself up, and then you just want to come on and you just want to benefit from his hard work. You're not there because you really want him. You're there because you want to benefit from what he's worked hard for. They don't want to put in. This is why they don't want to go 50-50. You don't want to build with a man. You want a man that's already built because you don't want to put in the work, because you don't really want him like that. If you really care about a man, you don't mind working with him. You don't mind building with him. It's because it's not just about the money, because you truly care. If you truly care, it's not just about the money. These women, these types of women, they're cold-blooded. They're not there because they care. They're there to get what they want out of you. And if you can't provide it, they out. This is why when the money run dry, they run too. They run like the wind because they're not there for the right reasons. That's a common theme. I knew this all along, that a lot of these women are gold diggers. What they call them, gold diggers back in the day. You just there to be a financial vampire from this man. You don't care nothing about this man. Half of these women don't even like these dudes. They don't find them attractive. They're actually disgusted and repulsed by them. They don't like them. They're just there for the money, and they can't wait to find a way to get that money and move on. And then they go get with the man that they really like, who probably don't have no money, but she's attracted to him, and she could use her money that she got from the other dude on the guy that she really likes. This is the cold-hearted truth about a lot of women. So I'm just saying, it is what it is. But I think, men are realizing this and they're waking up. But yeah, these women don't be even interested in these dudes. He not there for the right reasons either. He just liked the way she looks. Stop choosing women based only on looks. Exactly. And it goes both ways, Rainbow Kid. Exactly. I say that all the time. You don't trust the big button smile. You just want to go and you get this woman because she's pretty. And then this is the outcome you get. And that's why they do it, though. This is why these women know that. They know that you are attracted to a certain look. These light skin or these, indigenous looking women or these, these women that look, there's a certain look, and a lot of these dudes are enamored by that. Oh my God, you never had a woman that looked like that before. Now you're in a position, so now you can get the woman that you like. but she don't like you. That be the real gag. She just and they go jump dive head in, and then now look, you got to pay all this money to this woman that don't even want you and never did. I heard a story of one of these women said she was repulsed by the guy that she was with. She couldn't stand him or something. I forget who that was, but I wasn't shocked. She gagged to kiss him or something. She said she did not like that man at all. She was just taking one for the team so she could get the money. They be repulsed by these dudes. They don't find these dudes attractive. And some of these guys, and no offense, they couldn't get women like that younger. Nobody was attracted to them when they was younger. And now they got themselves to this position, and now they could have the pick of the litter. But you got to understand, the pick of the litter is not necessarily into you like that. You can get a woman that you could probably sleep with, but there's an agenda there. These women don't be liking these men like that. I'm just saying. Rick Ross' last girlfriend, right. Yeah, they don't be, that girl didn't like him. She didn't want to kiss. They don't be liking him. They be there for an opportunity. These women are opportunists, and they don't be like, that girl did not like Rick Ross, was not attracted to him at all. So, okay, so now you're a celebrity or you're an athlete and you make money. In all truthfulness, you still that same guy that you was in elementary and high school. You still was that guy that the women didn't like then for some of these men. And now you just have money and they looking at you saying, ooh, but he got money. And that's what women do. They've been doing it. Girl, he ugly as hell. I've heard the conversations. That's the funny part. This ain't new to women. A lot of men have become privy to this. But this ain't new to when we already know how women talk. Girl, he ugly. Ooh, he got money, girl. So I'm going to try. So they only hanging around because they're trying to get your money. They don't really like you at all. This is why I say a woman who's attracted to you, she don't care about your money. If she attracted to you, she'll sleep with you. She'll want to be with you if she really like you. It ain't about your money. When these women talk about, you need to have all this money because they're not attracted to you. They only want your money. Bottom line. There's no way around it. I'm just saying. And it's unfortunate, but it's the truth. But sometimes you have to go through that experience to realize what it really is. That's all I'm saying. Let's move on. I have another clip I want to share with you guys that I thought was interesting.
What are you willing to sacrifice in your relationship?
That's a good question.
This clip comes from 8 at the Table, you guys. This was another interesting one as well that I thought was interesting to share. I want to get your thoughts on it. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. We got about 97 people watching and 73 likes. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button, all right? Please hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Let's get into it.
What are you willing to sacrifice in your relationship?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Depends on, I don't know. Depends on the person.
Because you're definitely not going to find someone that checks off all the boxes. That's not reality.
How about outside of the person, what are you willing to sacrifice?
What do I have to sacrifice?
There you go.
Now, they're talking about, he asked her, what is she willing to sacrifice in a relationship? I want y'all to hear what this young woman had to say. Oh my God. Akash Singh's wife said his balls stink and she hates kissing him, but he still married her. See, that's just foolishness. That lady she don't give a shit about him. His balls stink and she hates kissing him, but she still married him. He still married her. Now that's a delusional mindset. You setting come on now. The writing is on the wall, but you choose to act like you can't read. That don't make no sense. But that's what I'm saying. Some men just don't get it. You setting yourself up for failure. Like, come on now. When men are holding the cards and these women can't play that hand, they cannot stand that. Exactly. That's true. That's crazy. And all of that was said on a live stream. Yes, Lord. She don't give a damn. She don't. She publicly said that. She don't give a damn. And I don't know what he's seeing, but that's crazy. That's diabolical. I'm just saying. Let's continue.
Tell me what I have to sacrifice.
I was about to say, you want her to answer that right off her head right
No,
now.
he's saying what are you willing to sacrifice?
What am I sacrificing? What is there to
setting her up
sacrifice?
right now.
Because everyone, listen. The things you aren't willing to sacrifice.
I don't do long distance relationships.
Hold on. The things you aren't willing to sacrifice are called deal breakers. Everyone has deal breakers.
Yeah.
So what are the things you're willing to sacrifice? What are the things that aren't your deal breakers?
I don't know why this is such a difficult question.
I don't know either.
I'm asking you to answer my question. What are things? Because he said long distance relationships. I don't do long distance relationships. Okay, so now what? What's next?
So, what are the things about yourself, right, that you are dead fast on, or steadfast or dead fast?
Steadfast.
Let's go with
right?
dead
Steadfast.
Dead fast.
New word, dead fast.
Being most serious.
That you are steadfast on. I'm not going to budge. I'm not going to do this. But
deal breakers.
Really, you might have to. You might have to give up a certain amount of things.
I just don't know anything about myself that would be a deal breaker in a relationship. I know myself very well, actually.
See, that's a problem now.
Well, I'm
there.
I feel like I'm a very well-rounded individual. Now, if my partner comes to me with an issue of something that I'm doing, we can talk about that for sure. But I don't think there's anything within me that I feel like I would have to sacrifice for a relationship. I feel like I'm very well-rounded, a very good person. That would be.
Yeah, and that's where she has to do a little bit more living. I think, and once again, I say this as an older woman. When I was younger, much, much, much younger, before marriage, you say a lot of things that you think before you're actually in the situation. Because, you think you have it all figured out in your mind, and I don't have to sacrifice anything. I won't have to do this. Until you find somebody that you care about, and then you're in a relationship with them, and then you realize the things that you might have to sacrifice, just like they have to make sacrifices. You realize a relationship is a give and take. It's not all about you. It's not about you just getting what you want, but it's about you both getting what you want and what you want collectively. It's not just all based on you. I think people say a lot of things when they're single and they haven't had the experiences. And because they haven't had the experience. This is why I say experience is the best teacher. And I will stand on that, because there are things you say before you've had the experience that when you have the experience, you look back and you say, oh, I was just immature. Oh my God, I didn't know any better. You can look back and realize how immature and how delusional you were because you didn't know any better. When you have the experience, when you've actually been in a long-term relationship and you got to go through some things with the person, you realize certain sacrifices that you have to make, certain compromises that you should be willing to make, because for the good of the relationship. That is not, you shouldn't be just sitting here saying, oh, I don't. Of course, when you don't have the relationship and you haven't gone through it, you're going to say, oh, I'm well-rounded and I don't think I should have to make any sacrifice. Of course you're going to say that before you're in a situation. Yeah. But once you're in it and you're there and you really care and you want to make it work, then that changes. But this is why I say when you don't have that experience, it's easier to say things like this because you haven't had the experience. You know what I'm saying? But y'all let me know what y'all think. Let's continue.
I'm a great partner.
With that being said, you feel you were going to be 100% yourself in each relationship that you...
With no compromise.
100%. I'm not saying no compromise. Maybe I compromise.
Well, that means you can't be 100% yourself if there's a compromise.
The compromise wouldn't be so detrimental that I would be changing myself.
Forget the detrimental. What is the compromise?
I don't know. It depends on the person. Right? Every situation. Right. Every situation, every relationship is different. Right. That makes no sense. There's so many different kinds of people.
Well, I'm just telling you that any relationship that you enter with someone, right? 5-10 years into that relationship, that person is going to grow. That person is going to change, hopefully for the better. Mm-hmm. You understand? So the truth is, yes, there are things that you may say, this person isn't truly 100% where I want them to be on this, but I'm going to invest into this relationship and hopefully they'll grow to that point. They may or they may not, because
I'm not going on hope.
Every relationship is a gamble. I'm sorry. There is no
but then there's the choice to then leave it.
So how are you not going on hope if every relationship is a gamble? I don't understand.
Every relationship is a gamble. You go into it being yourself. They come into it being themselves. You guys grow, and then you communicate things that bother you. And if you cannot come to a conclusion, then you leave the relationship. People act like relationships are permanent. They're not. You can leave them.
No, I'm not.
People have attachment issues, and you don't know when to leave because you've been
Well, I mean, if you are in a marriage, and a lot of women say they want to get married, and there are differences or changes in a relationship, you figure it out. You work on them. Whether you have to get therapy, whatever, you do what you can to work it out. And if it's just things that could be worked out, you work on them. You do everything in your power to work on it and make it work, because that's what you signed up for. I think this idea of if it's just, we can't just figure it out, just leave. It's easy for somebody to say, who is not in a marriage and who doesn't have kids and don't have, things combined together. It's very easy to say that when you don't have that experience. I remember being a teenager and saying, oh, if I get in a relationship and we have problems, I'm just going to leave. No, it's not. It's easier said than done, especially if there's love there. And you have a family with this person. You have a physical connection and bond with this person. It's not that easy to just walk away because y'all have differences. Because you want to make it work. You want to make it work. You want to figure it out. You don't just want to leave and then then you're going to just jump to the next one. And then as soon as the issues come with that, you leave and you jump. Then you're going to forever be jumping from, instead of working out the differences within yourself and with that person and figuring it out and coming together and staying together. Oh, just leave, just leave, just leave. People who say that, have not really had a real long life with the person and children and stuff like that. Because when you start having children and all that, it becomes a little bit more difficult to do that, especially if it's not nothing detrimental like abuse and all of these things. Y'all just have differences, or y'all have grown, or you've changed in some way and you've learned different things. You figure that out. That's not a reason to walk away. But a lot of people speak as if it's that easy because they haven't been in long-term relationships and incorporated children into it and all of that. And it just leave. Just leave. It's that simple. I mean, no, it's not that simple. You know what I'm saying? And you want to work on your marriage, especially when you're married. If you don't think that you can work out differences in a relationship, then you shouldn't get married, because that's what it's all about. Going through the ebbs and flows of life, the ups and downs of the good, the bad, the ugly, and you figuring it out and coming out on top. That's what it's about. And if you don't think that you could do that, I don't think you should get married, in my opinion. Night Call 411, thank you for the super chat, says, so if she's her own judge, jury, she's the perfect woman. How can she criticize, judge a man when she can't turn the mirror up on herself? Right. And you of course, you're going to believe that you're the perfect person by you judging yourself. You can't determine that based on somebody else's reality. When you're in a relationship with a person, you can't say, I'm a perfect person, because you can't determine that. You can't determine that when you're in a relationship with somebody, So I just think it comes from inexperience, and it comes from people who are just saying what they believe and what they think, not based off of any solid, concrete experience or a situation that you've gone through, Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you for the super chat. All my hoes, hey, what's going on? How are you? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's continue.
And investing so much time and money into them.
What I'm saying
you feel
is,
like you have to stay. You don't.
If you can agree that every relationship is a gamble, then there is an element of hope. Right? Because it's a gamble.
You don't have to have help when you have communication.
I'm hoping this works. There is no guarantee. Look, everybody that walks into a casino, there is an element of hope.
I'm not
anything that isn't a guarantee. There is an element of hope. So you cannot say I'm not hoping anything if you're in a situation that isn't a guarantee.
Nothing's a guarantee, but you don't also have to. I think you're missing the point. You don't have to stay when things don't go.
When did I say you had to stay?
Because people act like when you get into a relationship because it's a gamble and they change, that now you have to change with them and sacrifice parts of yourself that you are not comfortable with.
When was this ever said?
You just said when you go into a relationship, people are going to change, and then you're going to have to invest into that relationship.
No, I said people are going to grow. I said the starting point.
Hopefully for the better.
Yes, hopefully That's reality.
Yes, and then when it doesn't go for the better, you don't just change with them, you leave.
No, you make the decision whether you leave, yes.
You should leave. Simple as that.
Yes. Listen,
cold-blooded.
I can't, once again, I can only, right now, I'm speaking for everyone as a whole, right? I'm not even,
do that,
yes,
though.
I can speak for myself and say I would leave, right? Mm-hmm. But once again, if I'm speaking as a whole, I can say some people leave, some people don't.
Yeah, so I mean, you can't just say everybody should just leave. You don't know the ins and outs of the relationships. A lot of women leave their marriages and then they end up regretting that decision. Yes, ultimately your decision. And as we see, the majority of women are the ones who decide to leave marriages. And a lot of them leave because even when there weren't any real detrimental reasons to do so. They leave because of a feeling. I feel like we can't get along. I feel like you don't like me anymore. I feel this. I feel that you don't have time for me. You're working all the time, but you're paying all the bills. Like a lot of women leave for the wrong reasons and then they end up regretting it. So I don't think it's safe to just say, oh, well, if it's just y'all not getting along or whatever, you've grown, just leave. No, how about try to figure it out? Because you're there and you're committed to one another. And then you have kids and I don't want to hear this because I have kids and I'm married and been married for a long time, as y'all already know. And it's not always that easy to just jump up and break up your home and dismantle your children's environment. There's a lot that you have to consider when you've been in a marriage with children. And for somebody just to say, oh, just leave. No, that's immature talk. That's immature talk. That sounds like a person who hasn't really been in a relationship long enough and incorporated other things together with a person to just say, just leave. The answer is not always just leaving. If somebody is knocking your head between the washer and dry, I say leave. Okay? That's the main reason. Or if somebody's, I don't believe in infidelity. I don't believe in cheating because I didn't sign up. If I didn't sign up for an open marriage and I signed up for fidelity, I signed up for a monogamous, committed marriage relationship between the two of us. And if you want to go and spread your wiener all over the place and you want to go raw dogging with a bunch of other women, I didn't sign up for that. I don't give a damn. So if you're doing that, then to me, that's reason for me to walk away. And if you knock my head between the washer and dryer, that's reason for me to walk away. Because I'm not going to just be abused by somebody. I don't give a damn. But other than that, we just talking about, I don't see any reason outside of that to just walk away. You need to be able to work on your marriage and keep your family intact. But a lot of these women are walking away from relationships off of the most foolish things, and then they regret it when they can't find somebody else. And I think that's very reckless to tell people, oh, just leave. No, I think that's a reckless statement to make, in my opinion. Night Call 411 says, changing to please others isn't authenticity. Know your values and stand by them. Exactly. You know what I mean? And when people change a lot of times in a relationship, it's not always a detrimental situation. It's not always, oh, we're changing for the worse. No, people grow. You get older. You learn new things, but you grow together. You should grow together. You learn new things and you experience stuff. It's not always peaches and cream, but if the love is there and the foundation is there and you guys want to be there, then you could work through those differences. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you once again. Night Call also says, why do women today even want marriage? What does marriage mean for a woman minus children in 2026? I think women who say they want to be married in 2026, they only want it for convenience. They want a man who's financially responsible. They say marriage so they can say that they have a husband and they want him to pay all the bills. I think they want it for security. I think they want marriage for security because they're tired of working. This is why they want a man. They want to be married for security. They want him to pay all the bills. They want to say, I have a husband who pays all the bills and he does this X, Y, Z. It's for status, in my opinion, because I don't know if a lot of these women are out here wanting marriage for love and, the right reasons, because they're looking for the financial aspect of it. So I think that's what they want. Even though now they say they're independent, they don't need a man, they can take care of themselves. They still want a man to do it because they're frankly tired of working. They didn't plan on working for their entire lives. They thought they could work, prove that they're independent, that they could do it, and then they wanted a man to come in and just take over. And now that the men are not taking over, they're pissed because they're like, damn, I didn't plan on doing this for the rest of my life. I only want to say I'm a boss chick, but I really want the option to work or not. That's why they say they want the option, because you want a man to come in and pay everything, and you could work whenever you want. You want to be comfortable, and you want him to work till he die. That's just it. So they want it for stability and convenience. That's what I think, not necessarily love. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Night Call also says, oh, so I read that one. Thank you. All my hoes demonetized. You say it's demonetized, but it's okay. Demonetized, but that I hope I'm saying it right. But it said, thank you for the super chat. It says, whomever leaves usually has less consequences. Whomever leaves usually has less consequences. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you once again. Let's continue, y'all.
I'm saying just because you can't, that's not the case. Exactly. They don't and they should. What you don't do, what you should do,
it
are
goes
two
both
different
ways
things.
because some people will say, no, you need to fight for your relationship.
No, what are we fighting for? There's other people out here. You're stressing
And
yourself
that's
out
the
for no
problem
reason.
with today's generation.
It's not a problem.
You heard it.
People are dying early from diseases because you done stressed yourself out to be with this person who don't respect you.
That's extreme.
You don't have to do that. Like,
Bro.
Stress
is a disease. Yes, you're stressing yourself out to be with someone who is stressing you out. Leave. Choose peace. There's other people out here. You can find someone else. I promise. There's 8 billion people on this planet. Go outside.
Yeah, well, talk to a bunch of the women out here who are having a problem finding a man. There's 8 billion people, but a lot of these, majority of them are single. Tell that to all the women out here looking for a man and can't find one. So sister girl, I don't think it's that easy. And what are you looking for? Are you looking for a stability? Or are you looking for marriage? What are you looking for? Because tell that to all these women out here who can't find a man. Tell that to all these women asking, where are all the men at? It ain't that easy. Tell that to all the women who say they're looking for a good man and want a marriage and relationship and family, but they can't find it. So yeah, there are people out here, but they're not, relationships aren't happening that easily. Committed, serious relationships. No, you can hook up. You can get ran through easily. You can have somebody to hang out with and have a good time with. But when we talk about committed, serious relationships and marriage, that ain't coming by that easy. They out here struggling. That's why we have so many people that are single and childless, because it's not that easy to find a person that's on your program. So no, if you have somebody that's a good person and y'all were able to connect and they wanted to be with you, y'all need to make that work, baby, because it ain't that easy to come by. But once again, this would be somebody that's inexperienced who would say something like that, in my opinion. Let's continue.
Telling my 49-year-old ass like,
you're not dead. You wake up every morning, you're not dead. You have another chance to make another decision. Yes. Go outside.
Like, I don't know this.
But you just said 49 like that was a deciding factor. You're perfectly fine. You're perfectly healthy. Are you not?
And I never said I...
So why'd you bring up your age?
That's not the way life works, young lady.
Though.
So for you, can a hyper independent woman date a provider?
How do I put this? Hyper independent. You can be hyper independent and still date someone who's providing, because that person who's a provider has to be confident enough to let you still do you as that hyper independent person. And that hyper independent, like, that goes back to sacrificing, I guess, just a little bit. You don't necessarily don't do it, Rome. You don't necessarily have to stop being hyper independent. You just have to allow someone to provide for you. And that person doesn't have to try to stop you from being hyper independent. You just have to provide and still do you and be confident enough in yourself to not.
If you're hyper independent, why do you need a provider? If you're hyper independent, why do you need a provider? That doesn't make any sense. Thank you for the super chat. Once again, says when the book coming out. Great stream today, love. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being here, child. I definitely need to work on a book. That's something I do have in the works, and I will definitely let y'all know when I'm working on it and when it'll come out. Because I definitely want to write a book, y'all. Because I got a lot of stories. I got a lot to tell. So yeah, I really want to do that, y'all. But thank you once again. I appreciate you, bro. And hit the like button. Thank y'all. Let's continue.
Try to overstep her boundaries.
Can we look up the definition of hyper? We didn't say independent. We said hyper independent. Someone who's hyper independent doesn't allow you to provide for them.
Yeah,
right. You do. You can still bring flowers. You can still.
That's not provision.
You can still send money. You can still do those things.
Wait, somebody look up the definition.
Okay, so hyper independence is an extreme trauma-based form of self-reliance where an individual strictly avoids depending on others.
Strictly avoid.
You don't have to depend on someone, but you can still.
Well, no. You have to listen to. She said strictly avoids.
Mm-hmm.
And I
So
think
and
the second sentence says that it's rooted in the belief that asking for help is a weakness or unsafe. It acts as a survival mechanism.
Yeah, but the key word is depending on someone. You don't necessarily depend on someone for them to provide.
But if it's a trauma response, that means the simplest instance of that person not extremely providing, they look at it because it's hyper. It's hypersensitive. So they look at it as way more than it is. So that person can actually offer to buy you a stick of gum for $0.25, and you're like, no.
That's the thing, though. So with a provider, but someone who's hyper independent,
you think I don't got 25 cents?
Exactly.
In my opinion, if you are hyper independent and you know that your woman is hyper independent, you don't necessarily offer, you just do.
No, I think it goes back to what you just said. No, you just leave that relationship because
Right.
it won't
That
work.
wasn't the question. You
Yeah, but
can
that
a hyper independent woman date a provider? I think they can. Should they? Probably not. But it is possible because depending on someone is the.
But why would they probably not? I think that a hyper independent woman needs a provider.
Yeah, 100%.
Because being hyper independent isn't seen as a good thing.
See, but that's the thing. When you talk about hyper independent versus a man that's a provider, you're talking about two characteristics that are the extreme left and extreme right of the spectrum.
Right.
So you have a woman that doesn't want a man to do anything for her, and then you have a man who basically needs to do for the woman in order to feel like a man.
And he can
so that
do.
It'll never work.
I don't think it'll never. I think
it'll never work because
it'll be hard.
No, it'll never work because what you have to understand is what she denies him. He sees providing as his purpose.
Right.
She sees not accepting provision as her purpose. It will never work because if he operates the way she wants him to, it's going to chip away at him. And if she operates the way he wants her to, it's going to chip away at her. It's
Doesn't mean it's not
I understand
possible.
what you're saying. I just feel like since it's like a trauma response, I feel like having a provider in her life,
it may change.
Yeah, it may
how
heal
she-
something in her.
No, I think that's a type of person you shouldn't deal with. Period. You shouldn't deal with somebody that does not align with your values and what you want in a relationship or for your life. And as the man, you have to be the leader of your household. You have to be the leader. If you're the provider, then that's what you're supposed to do. That's your role. And if that's what you need to do to fulfill your life and how you want your family to be, that's what you go for. You can't go for a hyper independent woman who has a problem with you fulfilling your role because she's not going to operate in the way that you need her to operate for your life. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, that to me, that wouldn't align. And I think a lot of times people are trying to force a narrative that's just never going to work. And in this situation, I just think a lot of this was jibber jabber. I don't think the young woman in there knew exactly what she was talking about. And I don't think they have the experience to really speak on it. I think people are just saying what they think and what they feel, not what's their experience and what is working. You can only think and feel what you want until you're actually in a situation. And a lot of times when they actually get in relationships, the relationships fail because their method and the way they think don't work. And that's why a lot of these people be single. But this is why a lot of people who are single and don't have stable marriages and relationships always have the most to say because they think they know what they're talking about. They think they got it made, but they don't have the outcomes. They don't have a man who's going to even deal with them with the way they think. The way they think it's on point. But when they tell that to a man, he's like, oh, nah, hell no, hell no. And this is why they be single, in my opinion. So, yeah, it's just, it's a hot mess across the board. I don't think these people know what they be talking about. The guy was making sense, but, the other young lady, she talks like she know what she's talking, and she's so right. But, a lot of those women end up by themselves and, they don't have stable relationships, but they still think they know what they're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I don't think a hyper independent woman is you're going to have a stable, healthy relationship with a woman who thinks like that. It's sort of like the feminist movement. When they were saying, listen, I don't need a man to open a door for me, chivalry, all of these things that have occurred where women have made up in their minds that we don't need men to do certain things for us, right? Look how that's turned out. Where they're walking around, it was an insult to open a door for a woman. It was an insult to pull her chair out or to do things for her, because she took the offense to it. Like, oh my God, you think because I'm a woman, I can't do anything for myself? So now, fast forward, women are independent. You can do everything for yourself. And now y'all don't want to do it. You don't need a man for anything. You can take care of yourself. You can work. You got a bank account. You know what I mean? You could have your own business. You can do all this. You can do all these things for yourself. But now we have a society of women who are complaining about doing exactly what they fought for. Y'all fought for it. You can do it now. Now you don't want to do it. Now you done move the goalpost. Now you done change your mind. Now you don't want to be independent. You don't want to take care of yourself. You need a man to come in and pay all your bills. Which when men were doing that and said, hey, I'm going to be the breadwinner. I'm going to work outside the home. You work inside the home. You just take care of the kids, take care of the household, make sure we got a nice meal. The house is clean. The kids are good. And I'm working outside doing the hard work to make sure all the bills are paid so you don't have to worry about that. Oh, that was oppression. Oh, y'all didn't want to do that. So now you're able to do it, and now y'all don't want to do it. Now you're complaining about having a traditional man. But see, now y'all still don't want to be traditional women. You just want a man to just pay all the bills just because. So you can be outside and live this soft girl life. Y'all done flipped it, and you want men to just accept that. But no, that's not how that's gonna go. And so y'all chose what you wanted, and now you're complaining about your own choices. This is why I say it's a delusional state. It's horrible. And a lot of these women have put themselves in this position, right? And so, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And I think men realize that, and men want no parts of it. I have one more clip, y'all, that I want to share with y'all, which I thought was funny as hell. But I want to get into it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all. Let's get into this one. Here we go.
Hi. How you doing, young lady? Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now. Available on iPhones and Android phones, where you can find real love and your person.
All right.
You doing all right tonight?
Ken G must be off today, huh?
Kendra G is off tonight, absolutely.
Yeah.
Maggie, you been on
Lord,
before?
look at Maggie.
Yeah. I was coming on here to see if I could get some early birthday money. My birthday is July 23rd.
Look at her begging.
I don't even know you. How you gonna get money from me? Like you just
Maggie. Ken G know me. Ken G know me.
Maggie.
Check out before for my
Megan have been on the show about 3 times. On here begging these damn people for money. This is a hot mess. I'm telling you, child. This is crazy as hell. This lady be on here begging, y'all. Dry begging. Look at her.
bed and birthday before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm the only one that don't know a little something.
So you can't help me out with my birthday? It's July 23rd.
Your birthday, July 23rd. Hey, keep being around. Ask me every single day in July to the 23rd. Why not? Okay, every time I come on.
I'm be on vacation that day. I need some money for my trip.
Yeah, this a damn shame. This a damn shame. I watch this lady. This lady be on TikTok going into stores buying stuff, and then she get on TikTok and tell them to send her the money for it, baby. I was outdone. I say, I know you lying. She would go to the stores on TikTok and say, come on now, give me the money. And they'll ring up the stuff. And then she tell the TikTok people, it's cost this amount, so send me the money. I say, baby, I know you I know you lying. This ain't real. She a trip. She's a trip, y'all. Let's look at her.
Where you going?
Well, I can't stay on here. I got some I got some fest 3 or 4 stalkers on here. Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 stalkers on here.
Yeah, and they're probably on here live with screen record now, watching.
Dang, they be on you like that, Maggie.
Mm-hmm.
Maggie, they don't be playing about you, huh?
Yeah, and they keep laying me as a fraud and scammer, honey, which is a bold faced lie, honey.
They be calling you a scammer, or you be attracted? They be thinking you a scammer.
Mm-hmm. They do anything to make up lies and stop my blessings, honey.
I don't know, and they say when you get to start to stuttering, there might be something else behind that.
Well, stuttering is part of my disease, honey. I got stuttering problems, speech problems.
Excuse me. I just thought you was just formulating something else. I'm getting acquainted. This is my first time.
Did she say she got stuttering disease? Baby, this lady's a trip. That lady said she got stuttering disease. Girl, you can't make this up. This is sad. Nicole says, why do women struggle with comprehending probability versus possibility within generalizing anything? Because they don't want to. They don't want to, Nicole. I don't know, but I'm assuming they don't want to. You don't want to understand anything that takes away from your scheme. Whatever you're trying to scheme up or conjure up, you don't want anything to make sense. Logic don't matter. They don't want to be logical. You want to be superficial and delusional, and you want somebody else to be delusional with you. That's my take on it. Thank you, Nightcall. I appreciate you so much for the super chat, bro. Let's continue, child.
And having an exchange with you, and the pleasure is all mine. Okay.
He not trying to fool with her.
All right, but yeah, I don't have anything for you tonight, there, Maggie. Okay, but who knows? Hey,
She didn't tell you about my deranged Rashid ex.
Girl.
She's know all about him, honey.
You said, okay, well, hey, handle that, and then and I'm wishing you well and find the love, okay?
Okay.
Have you done the interview before?
Girl. Stuttering disease fun, right?
That book.
The mess. Okay. Girl, get your ass off here, girl.
Okay.
Thank you for the super chat. Irvin, she need to take a trip to the gym for real, Irvin. For real. Thank you for the super chat, Irvin. Look, this is crazy. Layla came on and begged this man for money. He don't know what to think.
Get us all the way back to Cali. Oh wow, she had no shame in her.
No shame in her game, baby. Baby.
That was a man.
Drop the man. Asking people for money.
I know they had virtual panhandlers. That was interesting.
That was sad.
Chosen.
Hey, 1 second. How are you?
Now, when y'all come on this show, girl, y'all need to be. How you gonna come on and tell the people 1 second? You need to be ready. Lord, listen. Shout out to Kendra G. Child. Kendra G. got her Oprah show. I hope that works out, and that's a blessing for her. Shout out to her and congrats to Kendra on that. Kendra got her a little Oprah show, child. I think she said it's 10 episodes or something. So we gonna see how that, hopefully that, that works out. Good kudos to her. But this right here, these people be a hot mess. I'm just saying, child. I hope it's better than the people that be coming over here. How y'all gonna
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. All right, what's your name, young lady?
My name is Cassie.
Cassie. Okay. Me and you. All right, Cassie. And where you calling in from?
I'm calling from New York.
New York. And how old are you?
41.
Okay. What's your sign?
Scorpio.
All right. What you do for a living, Cassie?
I'm in transportation.
Okay.
So are you doing the show for Kendra?
Them questions sound familiar, huh?
Is it right?
I think it is.
I am.
45 Ronnie. Ronnie.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie. I hope that's what it is. It is.
Oh, okay.
Primarily in the dating app, but you're gonna see me on here more regularly.
What the hell? Come on, girl, get it together, like Jesus.
And yeah, those if you're familiar with her show, those questions sound very familiar.
Yeah, I'm familiar with her.
Come
Absolutely.
on, get to the question.
As well. Have you been on before?
No.
No, it's my first time, but I'm always watching her.
All right. Cool. This transportation worker there. What do you have any children?
I have 2 kids, 21 and 13.
Okay. Are they from?
Huh?
Girl, why you put? She said 21, 13.
Were you married
Is she a
before?
tether? Is she a tether?
I was. I'm divorced.
How long were you married for?
5 years.
Yeah, listen. Okay.
And were your children from the same dad?
No, 2 different dads.
Okay. The 13-year-old, was that from your marriage?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to turn the TV off? It's kind of messing with the noise.
Maybe y'all need to be ready when y'all come on this show. They just be doing too much. Why do you think you were gonna pick me?
Okay.
Word, appreciate you. Okay, all right. We got Cassie, New York, 41, Scorpio. Hey, when did you get divorced?
2017.
2017. Okay, you were married for 5 years. We got Cassie from New York. She's 41. She's a Scorpio. She works in transportation. She has 2 children, 21-year-old and a 13-year-old. The last one was from her previous marriage, which she was married for 5 years, and they got divorced in 2017. And she is back out here ready for love. And what is she open to finding? What kind of man are you open to? Or you looking?
Um, just someone with their head screwed on, spiritual, believe in God, you know.
Okay, what about deal breaker?
Huh?
Deal breaker.
Um, Someone that don't believe in God, that's very important to me, of course.
Okay.
I mean, liar and cheater, that's the norm, but yeah, that's my deal breaker too.
Okay. Believe in God, don't be a liar, don't be a cheater. I hear this accent. What's this accent from?
I'm Jamaican.
Jamaican. Okay. There we go. Uh, we got, all right, deal breakers complete. What's your dating age range? You're 41. What do you prefer to date?
I would say 35 to maybe 55.
35, 55. Okay. And does this man need to look a certain way?
Um, as long as he's screwed on, you know.
When you say
I,
screwed on,
I
you like,
mean, mature and know what he wants.
okay.
Yes.
So what does that have to do with the looks? Like, do they need to look a certain way or no?
Yeah, you got to put yourself together. Come on now, you're representing me.
Okay. And what does have yourself together look like?
Be presentable, of course.
Okay.
Be,
Would you date
be,
a more
be
heavy set man?
huh?
Would you date a more heavy set man, a heavier man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with heavy set men,
Would you date a
but
skinny?
not too big, of course. But
Okay. Would you date a skinny guy?
yeah,
Would you date a short man?
not really.
Why you gotta make that face like they're repulsive, like they're things or
Like
something?
something wrong with a man that's short.
Gee, what is too short for you?
Well, I'm 5'7",
Okay.
so if we on the same height, that's fine, but not too shorter than me. No.
So if he's 5'7",
Yeah.
okay. Huh?
Huh?
5'7" is okay?
Yeah, 5'7" is fine.
5'7" is considered shorter than average. So
But I am 5'7", so I'm not gonna be
you know,
looking.
you don't gotta make a crazy face for the short. Hey, shout out to all the short kings out there, man.
Are you short? You sound like you short. Are you?
I'm 5'8". Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean that's not bad.
I know it ain't bad. I'm a little concerned. I've been my height for a long time. Okay. So fix your face when you stand short.
Okay.
We
My
got
bad. My bad.
hey, you can make a face. I just gotta make this a little bit entertaining. I'm not offended at all. I just gotta make it entertaining. Anything that I see that's out of the norm, I'm likely gonna call it out because we're here to have fun at the same time. All
Of
right.
course, absolutely.
Word. Okay. All right. Does it need to make a certain amount of money?
Not really. I'm not being specific on money as long as he's working and can take care of himself. And if we need to go out, of course, but not um a figure or amount now.
Okay. All right. And so if he makes, if he's an average earner, that's okay.
Yeah, I mean everyone trying to make it in this life, right?
Yeah. All right, that works. Hey, let's do the Kendrick cam. That's where you prop the phone up and we can see your full body.
Let me. Can you give me a second?
Girl, hurry up. God, you've been asking for a second since you came on. Get your ish together. God damn, girl. Lord, you always want a second. Everybody want a second when it's time for the Kendrick cam. You asked for a second as soon as you came on. This is ridiculous. People ain't got kind of time. Look,
Hey man,
this is
y'all know I got a
insane. What,
team.
you gonna change her clothes? What are you doing? This is live.
Hey, thank you for recognizing.
It's
I like to believe that's one of my better qualities.
He patient, yeah. Look at girl, what is you doing?
Me and you.
Jesus Christ. This is girl, if you don't get your ass up on this Kendrick
Yeah, I'm
cam,
coming.
he should have hung up on her. What you doing, girl? What did you do? Clean up?
Okay, this is me.
That's
She
you?
trying to
Okay, I see that's you.
Oh, she's trying
Yeah,
to
you in shape and shape.
She's slim.
Cycling or something? What you be doing?
Yeah, she's in
Yeah, I go to
shape
the
at
gym.
least. Cause baby, if she wasn't in shape, babe, I was about to have something for her. Like, come on now. You wait, taking all this damn time, and you come out with them big long titties like that other lady. Oh, hell no. I was going in. But no, she in shape. She in shape. Good for her. Good for her. Good for her.
Way to keep yourself together. And 41. Let them know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Of course, health is wealth. All right. Kids, you can't complete. What was your last relationship?
My last relationship was a year ago.
Okay, and why is he not an option?
Huh?
Why is he no longer an option?
I feel like we were just not aligned together. So we just get separated. That's it.
All right, we're in aligned together. And you now know how, like, you're going to ask the questions to ensure you and this new man are in alignment. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
All right. Let's go with 3 things you currently, well, no. I'm going to ask this question, but you don't have to answer, okay? When was the last time you were physically intimate with a man?
Let me see. Maybe around 3 months ago.
3 months ago.
Oh, they really be.
And why is this man not an option?
They really be finding somebody to raw dog with a screw. I'm just saying. You always find somebody. Always be a couple of weeks, a month, 2 or 3 go. They really be fine. That's what women could screw anybody anytime they want. They could find somebody to screw. It don't matter. And they never think about getting in a relationship with that person, or it just be somebody they could screw, and then they still be looking for a committed relationship. But when you say you just screwed somebody a few months ago, who is that person? Like, why couldn't you? Why are you screwing them if you don't want a relationship with them? Or is it that they don't want you? That be the real deal. Let's continue.
It just didn't work out. We're just trying, but it didn't work out.
Was this a friend before y'all tried, or this was
No, we was a friend before.
it
No.
was a new flame? Okay, just didn't work out.
So why you screwing it? I mean, you just go find somebody to screw because you horny. Like, you don't try to get it. And then y'all come on here and say, oh, I want a relationship. He got to be God. What did she say? God. They always, did she say? Did she mention he got to be a man of God? Y'all want a man of God while y'all screwing and raw dogging people on the side? Make it make sense.
Yeah.
And they laugh.
Didn't hit the spot. I was about to say, hey, what do you look forward to? No, I'm not going to ask that. 3 flaws you're currently working on.
Huh?
3 flaws that you're currently working on.
One of them is communication. I'm trying to work on my communication. I do work a lot sometimes, so I'm trying to work on my communication. 3, I don't know if I have any more flaws.
Oh, you got more flaws.
I do?
We all do.
We all do. Right. And you don't.
Or just look at it as 3 things that you want to better about yourself.
Right.
2 more things you want to better about yourself.
You definitely have more. Okay. So communication is one.
Are you the most patient woman?
Huh?
Are you as patient as you can be?
Sometimes, not all the time.
Are you punctual?
I am.
Are you slow to anger?
I know what's that mean, but
Do you get upset quickly, or do you?
no, I'm working on that. I'm working
Okay,
on
well,
that.
damn,
I
he
used
gave you
to.
your
I'm
flaws.
definitely working on that.
He was able to
All
pull
right.
your flaws
Bet.
out.
I'm gonna let you pass for two, with in the interest of time. Hey, why would a man be lucky to be with you?
I'm very laid back. I know what I want. I'm very respectful. I'm God fearing as well too. Yeah. So.
Okay. Do you have
I fear.
solid qualities? Do you have the Kendra G singles dating app?
I'm done. Y'all full of shit. You God fearing. Get the hell up out of here. Like, come on, stop. You just raw dog somebody 3 months ago. That ain't God fearing. You didn't even know your own flaws. He had to basically tell you, you're not slow to anger. You get angry easily. You got issues. Everybody got issues. And the fact that you don't know your issues is a red flag, in my opinion. So yeah, this is a common theme. We see all of this all the time. It's not shocking. You know, a lot of people, we all got issues. You know, nobody is exempt. Everybody got issues. You got to know your issues. Know thyself. Know what your flaws are. Know what you need to work on, so that when you get in a relationship, you can say, "Hey, listen, this is my issues. I'm working on them. I'm aware of them. What's yours?" Because nobody's perfect. We all got stuff we got to work on. And if you can find somebody compatible with you and have some of the good qualities that y'all have, but you also got to know that there's some messed up stuff there too. But if it's enough for y'all to work on and work together, then do so. But if you're going into a relationship or any relationship with the idea that people are perfect and they don't make mistakes, and oh my God, you better not make a mistake and you got to be perfect, that's a disaster waiting to happen, because nobody's perfect. People gonna make mistakes. People have flaws. That's the human nature of individuals. So if you are self-aware, which I would recommend you become self-aware if you aren't, know what your flaws are, so you'll know how to work on them and you'll know how to fix them. And that way you don't go into a relationship thinking that you don't have it in it, thinking that you're perfect, but you expect perfection from the other person. No, that's unrealistic. And that's where people go wrong. You're looking for a perfect person and you're not perfect. So know thyself. Understand what your flaws are so you can work on them. Go into a relationship letting the person know, hey, this is what I am. Hey, but I'm working on it. I'm aware what you got going on. Listen, are you interested? Do you see, if there's more good than bad? But listen, I'm not perfect. I got these issues I'm working on. And that way you can be transparent about who you are, what you bring to the table, good, bad, or indifferent. And hopefully the other person can do the same and y'all can work something out. That's what you do. Instead of walking around acting like you don't have no problems, as soon as you get in a relationship with the person, all the problems come out. So yeah, know thyself, work on yourself. But anyway, y'all, I got to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for being here once again. I appreciate y'all for being here. Shout out to everybody who gave a super chat or cash app. I appreciate y'all for the support. Hit the like button on your way out, y'all. Shout out to everybody watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Be safe out here in the streets. Make sure you are watching the videos that are posted on the channel, you guys. Give them a like. Also leave a comment just to let me know it's real. If you want to support, you can support via super thanks over there. Also, turn on your notification bell to be notified when I go live or post new content, y'all. And support the channel just by hitting the like button. So thank y'all once again. I appreciate you guys for being here. Y'all take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will catch y'all in the next one, all right? So make sure you guys are safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah. Later. Bye.
She walked in like a dream I couldn't hold. Still in her aura, fire in her soul. Every little moon is so the wrong down. Like the stars, I'm still circling around. I caught her looking from across the way. Thought my heart would give itself away. I turned too quick, she smiled so soft. Like gravity broke and lifting me off. Then she asked me, baby, are you alright? I could barely breathe under those eyes. Just out my head, one thought kept rising up. Maybe I could spend my whole life in your love. I own a lifetime for your love. A million days still won't be enough. You feel unreal like space. I see how every part of you keeps pulling me. And when you held that gaze on me, girl, it felt like destiny. Woke up, I don't want one night, I want all of us. Give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, ooh, oh, give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, your beauty hit me like a tidal wave off Gibbs' wild eyes, elegant grace. And I was frozen standing in my skin while the future started rushing in. I saw a portion after in the air, dancing in the kitchen somewhere. Long road, slow kisses, holding hands, building forever instead of plans. Yeah, you lean closer, time disappeared. Every fear inside me vanished there, and all my lonely finally gave up. The second I imagine your love, I want a lifetime for your love. To lay your neck, still want me in love. You feel unreal like a space I can see. Every part of you keeps pulling me, and when you held that gaze on me, girl, it felt like destiny. Woke up, I don't want one night, I want all of us. Give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 yeah. Give me a lifetime for your love. Ooh, baby, you with fate, baby, perfect timing. Baby, heaven opened up right when you found me. And if it's a star, I ain't want it from me. I can see forever now. Every time you touch me, yeah, I want a lifetime for your love. More than a moment, more than love. You're the kind of feeling people dream of, the kind that changes what a man was. Is that when you look deep into me, I swear the whole world lit up. So if you're asking what I'm thinking of, I'm thinking lifetime for your love. Ooh, 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 oh, ooh, oh, give me a lifetime for your love.